Should be a little bit uphill into the green.
Oh, perfectly judged.
Just had a tad of right to left there, Gary, didn't it, in the end?
Very, very little.
Nicely judged. Just caught the right edge of the hole. That's all you need to do.
And Casey Jarvis makes his par.
He's working his way up the leaderboard from where he started, so well done, young man.
Played our featured holes at 2 under par.
Great back nine. Look at that. 4 under par for the back nine.
And now Kurt Kitayama, another opportunity for birdie. Gary, what do you see?
Well, straight uphill. It's uphill, and then that second half goes more uphill. So it's a little bit trickier to get it all the way to the hole, even from this short distance.
To move to 6 under on the day and 1 under for the championship.
Yes, he is on fire. And if I were some of the leaders, I would be paying attention to what the players are doing on the golf course right now, watching some of the telecast, seeing that scores are out there, and especially if the wind is not going to kick up too much in the afternoon, I think we're in for a bit of a shootout. Let's have another look at this putt. Kept his head beautifully still. Great contact, well judged.
And Kitayama has a couple of scoring opportunities ahead of him when he makes his way to 16. He has one of the longest drives this week at the 16th. Back on the tee box at 13, our 2015 PGA champion, Jason Day.
Yes, he broke Jordan Spieth's heart, didn't he, there at Whistling Straits. His caddy, Luke Reardon, his buddy from Australia, has been caddying for him for quite some time. Looks like Jason's going with the 3-wood.
It showed some really nice signs in the first couple of rounds. Just wasn't quite able to put everything together and struggled a little yesterday. You just sense that there's maybe that extra couple of chapters to his career coming up. Still has the intensity, still has the drive.
Certainly does, and such a wonderful short game. Sometimes the putter just hasn't been up to his normal standards. Let's see what he can do here. 264 front. First one on the green today. Well done. Maybe he can show us his lag putting prowess. Gosh, for a while there, Jason Day was making putts from everywhere. You wouldn't even be surprised if he could make an 80-footer.
Playing alongside Ryan Gerard. Finished 8th in his PGA Championship debut a year ago. He sits here at +8.
Was on the green for a moment. Ooh, he's dived down to the bottom of that long rough.
To 16. And Luke Donald hitting his second.
And no surprise to find Luke in the middle of the fairway here at 16.
Just finds that front bunker. See the golf ball on the green. That's coming from Ben Kern. Take a look at his shot moments ago.
And out of the primary rough, going with the fairway wood. And that's a great play. Just open at the front. You can run it up if you're in the rough. Very, very nicely done for PGA professional Ben Kern.
We'll have an opportunity for an eagle at 16 from the PGA Professional coming up next. Who will etch their name in the Wanamaker Trophy later today in Philadelphia? Colin Morikawa did it back in 2020. He's a part of our featured holes coverage right now as this Sunday morning continues. Stephen Watson, Jane Crafter, Gary Christian with you at the 108th PGA Championship being played at Aronimink Golf Club in Newtown Square, Pennsylvania.
And we have European Ryder Cup captain Luke Donald running it back for the third time. The European team know when they're on a good thing, and Luke has just been an impressive captain. A lengthy bunker shot here for Luke. Has to go up and over a little bit of a spine and then go downhill, slightly down breeze this bunker shot. Okay, that's a pretty good leave there for Donald.
To 13, and Gerard from just off the green, Gary.
Yeah, it's rough with the heat is starting to thin out just a little bit. So the grass isn't quite as thick here. Just got to keep that club moving through the impact zone. Still thick enough to stop it.
So hard to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
And as you said, Gary, and we feel like a broken record. If you go too long, even 3-4 feet long, it's going to run off the back of the green. So it's just very intimidating.
What, Jane? You're saying there's a mental component to golf as well?
Funny about that,
an
right?
Emotional and psychological.
All of
Incredible,
that, all of that good stuff.
It's just incredible, isn't it? What the eyes will do to you.
And now, Ben Kern for eagle. We saw him make a big putt on 17 earlier this week. This could be his biggest of the championship for the PGA Professional.
Boy, that's going to be interesting to watch as the day goes on. Looked for all the world like it was going to keep on coming from right to left, but then it just slid off to the right at the end.
A tap-in birdie for Kern. To Jason Day, back on 13.
So first part goes left, second half goes right.
Oh, and still a lengthy one left. So difficult to get it all the way up there.
Gary, how's the heat out there this morning? I know it's going to be a big talking point this afternoon.
Well, let's put it this way. If Jason had worn that outfit teeing off last today, he would have been a little bit on the warm side because it is going to get hot. It's got hot quickly today.
Back to 16, Luke Donald. Has this for birdie. 8 feet.
Yeah, pretty much straight up the hill here.
Oh,
just drifted off.
he stays at 7 over par.
Still a nice championship for the 48-year-old.
Now Ryan Gerard. A long look at birdie on 13.
Never quite had that on the right line, did the Carolina grad?
He's in his Carolina blue for you today, though,
He
Jane.
is indeed. I wonder if Alex Smalley will be in his Duke blue. I'd pretty much bet my life on it.
Gerard makes his 4. Ton of talent in his game. And now Jason Day.
I love the care that Jason takes in his setup. He and Colin Swat and his coach work so hard on precision of ball position, of how the shaft and the right forearm match up. So everything's on plane. Keep everything still and then just let that head go.
Just inside 5 feet for his birdie. And he walks it in. The first to drive the green on 13 finishes with a birdie, and Jason Day.
And look at that eagle on number 9, but offset by the double on 11.
Now Kern steps aboard at 17.
That one's 71. Really, the carry is probably about 10 yards less than that. The smart play would be out to the center of the green with a little draw. The center of the green, but no right to left in that one for Ben. That's going to be an adventure.
Well, if there's one man who has experience making a putt of that distance on this very green, it's Ben Kern.
Indeed. Great to see him making the cut. He's the only one of the Corebridge Financial team of 20 PGA professionals to make the cut this week.
Fired a 67 in his second round. Matches the lowest by a PGA professional since 2000. And it was done 2 other times, and the last by Kern himself in 2018. Earned him a spot on the weekend.
And I'm really looking forward to watching this hole as the day goes on. The wind on this hole is coming really from left to right, slightly into the players. You can see the flags on the grandstands not really moving a whole lot. Probably between 5 and 10 miles an hour right now. And I think probably the line really would be maybe between those last 2 white flags on the far grandstand. As they try and figure out exactly where it's coming from, Stephen.
Well,
They have not played. I was just saying they haven't played this tee box before this week so far in competition.
And just watching a number of players prepare for this 17th, didn't see a lot of guys hit from this front tee box.
No, I didn't either. Now it looks like it's starting to come more from the southwest. So that looks like a good line if it's the right club. Yeah. No complaints there from Mr. Donald, I'm sure.
Kern and Donald with a couple of long looks for birdie at the 17th. The final of our featured holes at the PGA Championship.
And welcome back to the 108th PGA Championship here just outside of Philadelphia. It's a beautiful Sunday. Going to be a warm afternoon as the day goes on. Breezes will pick up just a little bit. And all eyes will be on the Duke grad, Alex Smalley, to see if he can hang on for his first victory first major championship as well.
We mentioned the good memories that Ben Kern has here at 17. This is the putt he made earlier this week on Friday.
And that was almost as long as the one he's going to face now, with maybe a few more little lumps and bumps in it. But he has great memories of this green, doesn't he, Stephen? Goodness me.
PGA General Manager at Hickory Hills Golf Club, the only PGA professional to play into the weekend this year. Just inside 60 feet for Kern.
Oh, he's got to go up and over a spine that is right in front of him. Then goes down into a little valley, then up and over another one, breaking from right to left. Other than that, it's pretty easy. He's had good touch on the greens so far this week, so let's see what he can do with this long putter. Come on, keep going. Just kind of goes slightly back uphill the last 5 or 6 feet there.
What a special week for Kern and his club, his family, his friends. So much pride with these PGA professionals.
Oh, you know, their members, his members are going to be paying extra attention to our featured hole coverage, get a little glimpse of their man.
And Al Donald.
I think he would have got a little bit of an assist from Ben's putt just prior. A sense of the pace.
Luke Donald jams it home for a birdie at 17.
We've seen that a few times in his career, haven't we? Such a good, wonderful touch around the greens.
Fourth birdie of the day for the 3-time European Ryder Cup captain.
And former world #1. Rose to that with putts like that. Wonderful touch on and around the greens.
5-time PGA Tour winner, making his 18th appearance at the PGA Championship. And Kern looking to finish off his par to stay at 9 over. Oh.
Ah, disappointing.
13. Alex Fitzpatrick finding the green side bunker.
Oh, Alex, you'll find that trap is preferable to the one on the right. So a little bit of frustration.
Yeah.
But you have to wonder for Alex how much he might be running out of juice, running out of gas. It's been a heck of a month. As we look at Matt Wallace, and Matt's deciding to hit long iron here. That'll be interesting to see if he's trying to run it up or just to lay it up short of those bunkers. Well, that's not what you want to do. If you're going to lay it up in the fairway, Matt. Heavenly days.
One of the worst feelings in golf.
Oh, just drives you nuts as a player. Like, I hit this club to hit it in the fairway, and now I missed the fairway, and now I got to, and then you start to mutter to yourself heading off the tee box.
And Matt's an Olympian at that anyway.
At the muttering.
Yes, indeed.
He looks a bit like a linebacker, doesn't he, Matt Wallace, Gary?
He's immensely talented. Was very close to potentially getting a Ryder Cup spot last year. So he's one of those players that is on the cusp of, joining that elite group of players. The talent is unmistaken. Now it's, can you put it together and sort of blend all the other pieces that you need to have to become an elite player.
I remember he was interviewed and brought to tears over what it would mean to him to one day be a part of that European Ryder Cup team.
Well, looking at his results this year on the PGA Tour, his best has been a tie for second back in early April at the Valero Texas Open in San Antonio. Not his best season.
Over to 16. Good graphic showing the wind direction on our featured holes today, and the tee shots from Colin Morikawa and Elvis Smiley.
And both in the fairway, so that's a definite plus for these gentlemen. Very eminently reachable now. Colin with his caddy Mark Urbanek.
Okay.
Probably gone to a less lofted fairway wood, I would venture to say.
Just over 260 yards left for Morikawa.
See if he can thread it through that gap. No. It's not a very wide gap. That one just about 10 or 12 steps wide at the front of the green. Still doable from there. Elvis Smiley will be next to go, and he has an excellent caddy on the bag. Brad Beecher, who's caddied for Minjee Lee, he's caddied for Inbee Park. Fella Aussie. A lot of experience. Elvis asked him to go join him and his foray onto the Live Golf Tour, and they've had some great success together so far.
See him wearing the Rippers hat, part of Cameron Smith's All-Australian team.
Yeah, that word in Australian means a bunch of really talented people. They're a bunch of rippers. They're in there together. They'll be showing us their bunker prowess.
Over to 13 and Matt Wallace. Getting set to play his second. From the rough out on the left.
And it'll be difficult to judge how this one's going to come out for Matt. The important thing here really is not to go over the back of the green. If you're going to make a mistake, be a little bit short.
Saw his caddy using a distance measuring device. Those are allowed for the PGA Championship. They just cannot have slope associated with them.
Ooh, he would have had his heart in his mouth there for a little while, hoping it'd carry that bunker. It's just so difficult to judge how the ball's going to come out of that thick stuff.
To Alex Fitzpatrick, who found the greenside bunker. Both he and his brother Matt making the cut. We'll see Matt shortly. Winner at Zurich together. Earning Alex a spot into the field this week. And a beauty from the bunker.
Oh, top shot there. That's a good view of what the players face. It's very intimidating. It's an infinity hole location, as we would like to say. It's like those infinity swimming pools, they just go away at the end. Let's have another look at this bunker shot. Keeping his weight on his left side, he's going to try and kind of drive this one forward. And he judged it very well.
Alex Fitzpatrick making his PGA Championship debut. His brother Matt is making his 41st straight major start.
He won the US Open back at Brookline, Massachusetts, at the Country Club.
Alex has been on the bag for him a lot during his career as well. Said he learned how to play on big stages, just watching how his brother handled it.
Well, that's right. He caddied for him when we won the US Amateur, didn't he? I'm not sure what year that was. I'm sure you have that in your stat pack there, partner. But I remember the picture of them together holding the trophy.
Now to Wallace for his birdie.
He's got to be fairly firm, but not too firm. And that's a hard thing to accomplish as a player. You just go, oh, I don't want to hit it too hard. I'm going to go off the back of the green, and then you come up 4 or 5 feet short. There's just not a lot of flat area around this whole location, as Gary said at the opening.
When you see the importance of a tee shot, how it can affect the rest of your round out here.
Well, there really is a premium on hitting the fairways. I know Rory at the beginning said you could just bash it anywhere. I think after that opening round, he may have eaten his words. I think he's come to learn that, yes, indeed, fairways hit in regulation is a very important component of good golf here.
Well, Scotty Scheffler hit 13 of 14 fairways in his opening round when he shot at 67.
Should break just a little bit from left to right here for Fitzpatrick.
Nice birdie for Alex. As we head to 16, and Kurt Kitayama at 6 under in his final round, Gary.
Yeah, let's see if he can take advantage of this. See if he can maybe then sneak one more, and you'll be up there on that first page of the leaderboard. So back into it. The wind, Jane, is just quartering around, so it's a little bit more into. It's sort of going from northwest, I think, to southwest, and now it's sort of west. So it's kind of just trying to move. So we've got to take it down that left side, just over the corner of the bunkers.
Yesterday he hit a drive over 350 yards here.
I think he's lost this one right, Gary. Yeah. Just by the ropes, but did not quite get into that trampled area where the spectators walk.
Well, we saw yesterday, didn't we? Dan Brown hit 7-iron in from hitting the fairway with a little downwind left to right. So just a different hole, similar direction, coming more off the left, but it's going to have a good 30, 40 yards further in today, I think.
Now, Nørgaard Peterson.
Looks like he's aiming down that left side. Ooh, took it way down that left side.
Well, looks like he's come out of that one a tad as well.
Started left, ended right.
And that had no chance of holding. See what kind of lies these two players draw over there in that right rough.
Up ahead on 16, Colin Morikawa.
Looks like he's towards the back of the bunker, which might help him kind of drive it forward. Okay, I think you'd be reasonably happy with that one. Putting back uphill.
Matt Wallace has this for par at 13.
Keeps those hands very much together as a unit when he putts, does Matt Wallace.
An adventurous 4, but he walks away with a par. Now to Elvis Smiley, playing alongside Morikawa, up at 16.
And that will work out pretty well as well. A lot of these young Australian amateurs play so much golf down in the sandbelt in Melbourne for different competitions. They learn their bunker play and are excellent.
Rasmus Højgaard.
Right.
Well, and that's what he thinks of that one. Oh, my goodness.
Headed out to the Brian Campbell territory from earlier this morning.
And that is going to be very difficult. Might have some tree trouble as well, will Rasmus.
He's playing with Sami Välimäki, who made his first cut here at the PGA Championship in his 4th appearance. And he's going for it all, walking it in.
He's given that some heat. Oh, lovely shot.
And Välimäki, the second to drive the green here at 13 so far this morning. The proud man from Finland, repping his colors. And now Morikawa, this for birdie.
And this is the club that has given Colin a little bit of trouble, but he's worked on it very hard, and he's starting to putt much better. And a nice run of birdies there, 13, 14, and 16. 14 is like stealing one. That is a tough par 3.
Smiley looking to match Morikawa.
It's a pity Elvis wasn't out on the tour when Smiley Kaufman was playing. We could have Elvis Smiley Kaufman as a pairing. Nice birdie there, Elvis.
Yeah, he needed it on this back 9.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle, hasn't it? Still great experience for the young man.
Just a couple of hours away from the leaders teeing off in the final round of the PGA Championship. Alex Smalley holding a 2-shot lead. His first 54-hole lead of his professional career. To Neergaard Peterson.
Very thick lie here, so this is one you just got to go down through and just see if you can chunk and run it. Seemed a little aggressive for as bad as that lie was, even with that club there.
Well, he's gone from rough to rough and not going to have very much green to work with on his little pitch. How about Kurt's lie now, Gary?
Kurt's far better lie. You know, he is immensely strong, so mere mortals would look to move this maybe 120, 30 yards. I think Kurt can get it up there around those cross bunkers. This crosswalk is a good little spot to aim at. Maybe just get it a little bit past that.
Is he any chance of reaching the green?
I think it's just sitting down enough where that would be a little bit more risk with a straight-to-face club.
Yeah, you wonder if you're, you know, 10, 15 over par, you'd probably give it a go. But the smart play, I think when you're in this situation, you can certainly still make birdie from this position.
It's an accessible flag. If you get it down that left side, you can kind of just work it towards that flag with the slope. Watch the speed through the ball here.
That was down there dense, wasn't it?
There you go. So past the walkway, that's a really nice spot from there.
Yeah, good course management. Yeah, that just is going to open up the shot to approach this right-hand hole location. There's not much room to the right of it, but there's a little bit of a alleyway to the left of it.
Back over to 13, and we look at the tee shots from Rasmus Højgaard and Sami Välimäki. Välimäki sitting pretty. Not so much for Rasmus.
No, he is definitely going to have some tree trouble over there, trying to approach this hole location. It'll be fun to watch and see what he does.
Looks like he's going to try and go high here, Jane.
He may have a little gap over there just left of the tree. A lot of these players, I know when I was out on course, I'd look low, and these players would just go up through some random gap. And you go, how did you get through that? Okay, just had to figure out a way to get back on the putting surface, Stephen. And he's done just that.
Was not looking anywhere near the pin.
No, I just don't believe he had any angle at all.
To 17 in Colin Morikawa at the par 3.
And you wouldn't think this would really fit his eye. Smart play, just going at that edge of the grandstand behind the green. Yeah.
Safely played.
that's just not a hole location that would fit his shot shape.
Playing alongside Elvis Smiley.
Might suit Elvis's, though. Try and bring it in from the right, but no, he just kind of double-crossed. And that's where we saw Ben Kern putt from. That is going to be difficult to judge the correct pace.
Now the hottest man on the course, Kurt Kitayama, laying up, has wedge in hand.
So when you're 6 under for the day, the tendency is you've had good feel with the wedges. This green just slopes a little left to right. You can just work it in there, try and skip it forwards and then to the right. So I'm going to take it a little low, trying to get that skip. It's got to go. Missed his landing spot by a good 5-6 yards there, Jane. Poor.
Yes, very poor effort. He'll be ruining that shot, I'm sure, as he walks all the way up to mark his ball.
Højgaard still away at 13 as Välimäki continues to wait for his eagle opportunity.
Just trying to get this up into that 2 or 3 foot range, but never had the correct pace. That's a disappointing effort.
And he'll still have some work to do for his par.
Well, this is a wonderful green complex. Someone's wrote on a course analysis that it was like 3 Venn diagrams all intersecting, only they're just domes. And that's a pretty good description, I think. There's certainly 3 distinct areas of the greens for hole locations. This is a great view of what Välimäki faces.
Outside 50 feet for Välimäki.
Come on, keep going, keep going. It just dies so fast. Severely uphill that last 5 or 6 feet.
Over to Rasmus Nørgaard Peterson.
Not the best of angles, but that's fairly well done. He didn't really want to take on that flag stick.
And now Højgaard. Inside 9 feet for his par.
I'm sure that grandstand will fill up as the day goes on, because this is going to be a fascinating hole to watch, I believe, as the leaders start to come through, or even the middle part of the field, because there are birdie and eagle opportunities abounding here.
As courses continue to get longer on the PGA Tour, it's always nice to see a drivable 4 on the back 9 of a championship.
Oh, absolutely. It's a great risk-reward hole, too. That's well done.
He grinded through his 4.
Good gritty save there from the man from Denmark.
And now over to Kurt Kitayama. Long look at birdie.
So the flow of the green to this flag is left to right, but there's just a tiny little bit of influence coming off that right fringe. Might just hold it.
Yeah, good call, Gary. It just kind of drifted left at the end.
One of those maddening putts, isn't it? You're trying to figure out what is going to win over, which influence.
Yeah, these greens are far from flat.
I'll tap in his par. Stay at 2 under for the championship. Still 6 under on the day. To Elvis Smiley at 17. Coming across this green.
Gosh, has to be 60, 70 feet if it's an inch. It should start to go to the left now. We judged the speed well, but just a little bit wide. All in all, pretty good.
And Välimäki, his short birdie opportunity at the 13th.
Nicely done.
So both golfers who drove that 13th green finished with a birdie. He and Jason Day. Now to Nirgard Peterson. Playing alongside Kitayama.
Yeah, it was an exceptional shot from where he was. He actually drew a pretty decent lie, so fairly straight putt here. Oh, that's same.
Maybe a tad more pace. It might have held its line, Gary, but not to be.
So a couple of fives from that pairing as they head to 17. Shane Lowry joins us at the 13th.
See what the Irishman can do. He's got the heavy metal out. He likes to shape it from right to left. Let's see if he can execute. Oh, it's going to have to take a seat. Settle. That settles down in the primary rough. That'll be interesting. A lot will be lie dependent.
It's a good look at the wild ride that the 13th green will take you on. To Morikawa for birdie at 17.
This certainly has some undulation in it as well, and that didn't have enough pace. That's going to be a tricky one.
Lowry playing with John Perry.
Going to be out in Rasmus Højgaard's territory over there.
Seen a couple of misses outright so far this morning. And Colin Morikawa for his par. Strong back nine for the California kid. And to Smiley. This also for par. As they head to their final tee box of the day, we step aside on a beautiful day for golf on this Championship Sunday. As Kurt Kitayama fires away at 17.
I think that it's a prudent play down that right side today.
Now we've seen a few players hit it exactly there. Going to have that spine to negotiate up and over.
Good swing for Kitayama. This hole has given him fits so far this week. He bogeyed it on Thursday and Saturday. Now Nirgard Peterson.
Gary, how's the wind affecting this hole right now?
Just into left to right. So, I mean, this flag is so well guarded with slopes short, left, right and long. It takes a brave shot to go at this one. That's trying to work a little right to left, but the wind's got it. I think the heat map will see a lot of shots right there today.
Yeah, I think so.
Ryan Gerard flips one up at 16.
Yeah, just from short of the bunker in that short rough. Not a bad effort there for Ryan. And we've already seen yesterday, the first 3 days, I should say, 10 eagles here. It's averaged as the second easiest hole on the golf course. There's only 2 par 5s here, and you've got to take advantage of them both, the 9th and the 16th.
Now, Jason Day, always loved seeing him with a wedge in hand.
Oh, yes, and bunker shots as well. I'm fascinated to see how he decides to play this one. Severely uphill at the end, as we can see from this angle. Is he going to try and fly it all the way there? Is he going to try and drive it into the slope?
Working its way beautifully to the cup, and Jason Day.
Textbook for everyone at home. That was the way to play it. Just kind of kept his weight on the left side, kind of drove that club down and through it. Kept the angle. So well done there, Jason Day.
He eagled the par 5 9th earlier today and sets himself up beautifully to play the par 5s at 3 under.
Sadly, there was a double bogey at the 11th, unfortunately. And that is such a tricky little par 4.
We slide over to 13 and a look at the trouble in front of John Perry.
Well, looks like he may have a gap between the trees. I wonder if he's going to go try and keep it low and bounce it in there.
He just flies the green, settling in that area just behind the pin. Now Ryan Gerard.
Oh, we've seen a couple of putts from that angle break a little left, but that one just stayed right on the his intended start line. Curious.
Shane Lowry drove it to here on 13.
He's going to wait for a little disturbance from behind him. You can just hear how thick this primary rough is. It did not come out as he expected. That rough really grabbed the club and shut the face down and sent it long left.
Back over to 17, Kurt Kitayama. This for birdie to move to 7 under on the day.
Up and over that ridge now, should work down to his left, pick up some pace. Come on. I've seen a few players misread that. They've allowed a little bit too much break. Not quite as severe as they're seeing.
Day trying to pay off that sand shot with a tap-in birdie.
Well done. Nice round of golf going for Jason.
2 over par for the 2015 PGA champion. Now Niergaard Peterson, his birdie chance, Gary.
Well, basically the same putts you just saw from Kurt. Kurt's distance control was perfect.
It's just fooling them a little bit there.
Yeah, not as fast coming down the hill as they all think. Here's Perry hitting his 3rd from the collection area behind this 13th green. Yergard Peterson for his par.
Maybe a little downhill tester here for Rasmus.
He drips it in. Kitayama has just inside 3 feet for his par as well.
Well, Kurt's been one of those players, hasn't he, over the last 5-6 years on the PGA Tour, has shown that on his day plays tough courses well. Performance of the Arnold Palmer Invitational springs to mind a few years ago, which would mean that his game is well suited for the majors, and a round like this may just help with his belief.
Good three.
You're absolutely right there, Gary. Bay
Yeah.
Hill is no pushover.
Also tied for second at Genesis, tied for 8th at RBC Heritage. Inside the top 10 at Doral. And a good year for Kurt Kitayama. Now Lowry for his birdie.
Oh, he was muttering a little bit to his caddy as he went to line up that putt, but you know what? A hot putter will make you smile.
And Perry has this for par.
That's right, a hot putter will cover up a multitude of sins, won't it? Parry looking to follow suit here. Oh dear. And that's what can happen if you get a little frisky, get a little bit overly aggressive here at 13, and leave yourself with another tester. My dad always, when he was commentating back in Australia, he would call these bone shakers. They just kind of jar you. You're like, oh my goodness, what have I done? I've got myself at least another 6 feet coming back.
Oh, yeah.
That's got him muttering. That was just a very poor first putt. It didn't have line or the correct speed.
He was on his heels from the tee shot, and he makes double at 13.
And not only is he spending a lot of money, he's also spending a lot of FedEx Cup points.
To Jason Day at 17.
Oh, Jason.
And that has no hope. If you're on the left side of 17 today, you find yourself in the drop zone. First in the water we've seen today at the par 3 17th, 14th for the championship. Back over to 13. Christian Bezuidenhout.
.264 to the front of the green. Just a very narrow opening. Players trying to thread the needle. And that looks like it's settled down in a little tuft of thick stuff. And he'll have plenty of green to work with, though.
Playing alongside William Mao. Making his PGA Championship debut.
Just splitting the two front traps, which is the right part of the greenspan.
With wind off the left,
Yes,
correct?
correct. In off the left current.
And you can see the breeze blowing the trees a little bit harder than it has so far this morning. Going to be 11:45 local time. It's a good map on the right as to the wind direction. It's a good looking strike. Let's see how accurate it is. Oh, nicely done. Well done, William.
Just creeps onto the front part of the green. He makes his way up with an eagle opportunity. We head back to 17 and Ryan Gerard Saw Jason Day already put it in the water left. Oh boy. So Jason Day.
Just 84 yards to the flagstick from the center of that drop zone. Couldn't quite control the spin with the wind in his face. But he has a pretty straight uphill putt. Oh, when you're having a good round, that is a disappointment, no doubt.
Well, maybe Ryan Gerard got lucky over there.
It does appear so.
He did, yeah. It pitched actually less far up the bank, and so it had less momentum to run through the rough. So he's got to look at it, but I mean, look, it's a good 7-8 feet below the level of the green, and then everything runs away from him when it gets onto the green.
Caught some of that happy grass that Jane's been talking about all week.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a pretty steep bank, but you're right, Gary. I think he did get very lucky just landing down in the less steep area. That's a smart play there. Giving himself a good chance to save par. That's a good low angle for the viewers at home to see the undulation on this green. There's just about 10 steps left of this flag where it's relatively flat, and then you can see that ridge just falls right down into the penalty area.
Talking with Jason Day before the championship this week, just about that win at Whistling Straits back in 2015. Said it's hard to believe it's been 11 years.
I know, indeed. It brought him to tears. It meant so much. And he and his longtime coach, Colin Swatton. Colin's working for us at ESPN Plus this week. He's a member of the PGA of Australia. Had a wonderful academy back in Queensland, and tell you what saved Jason Day. He was a bit of a wayward teenager, but he loved golf, and Colin really became a father figure to him. When he first came over to the US to play, had Colin on the bag, and they had some wonderful success together. Still working with Jason.
He's a 13-time winner. His last coming in 2023 at the Byron Nelson.
Yeah, trying to reignite his career. Still working hard on his game. He's had his share of injuries, a lot of back problems and wrist, as you can see. He's got that strapping on his left wrist. Oh, I thought that one was in, Gary.
Yeah, it looked good a long way, didn't it? I love it. I've sat down and had a lovely few chats with Colin about his relationship with Jason. And I remember him talking. He said at 15 or 16, I think it was, he asked Jason, "What do you want?" He said, "I want to become the #1 player in the world." And from that day, they put a plan to achieve that goal.
Yeah, it's he has a wonderful family life. His wife, his kids. Lives in Columbus, Ohio now.
To Bezaid note at 13.
Kind of driving it into the slope. Let's see if he's judged this one well. Pretty good play if it settles right there. Okay.
Now Gerard. Unable to get up and down.
I thought that one might break a little more than that. So did he, obviously. So we're getting a little bit of an idea of how our holes are going to play. There's some opportunities, but there's some challenges. You're going to have to be spot on with your approach play. And really, you're driving on 16. It's going to be imperative to hit the fairway to really attack.
Patrick Cantlay over on 13. As Alex Fitzpatrick lets one go at 16, hitting his second.
And he was able to hit the fairway off the tee. That's so important. We've only had 38% of the players the first 3 days able to keep their ball on this fairway. It's the hardest fairway to hit.
We'll have a good look at Eagle. Matt Wallace
looking like
has to move some barriers to get to his golf ball. We head back over to Cantlay, the 8-time PGA Tour winner, at 13.
Setting up for a little bit of a draw.
Is there none at the compound? Sunscreen?
Let's see if it'll hold its line. Tracer looks like it's going right. Yep, front right bunker, and that is going to be, as we've seen, quite the challenge.
Cantlay has missed a total of 4 cuts in his first 33 major starts. And 3 of them came last year. I bet he's just happy to play into the weekend again.
I have no doubt. That is surprising for a man of his consistency to have missed that many cuts last year.
What do you make of Alex Noren in a T-shirt here on Sunday?
Can't say I'm a fan. I'm not quite sure what he's thinking. Maybe just ran out of clothes. Maybe he wasn't anticipating making the cut. I don't mean to be flippant, but...
A year ago, he was playing in the final group on Sunday with Scotty Scheffler at Quail Hollow.
That's right. He really has had a resurgence in his career.
Matt Wallace still assessing his second shot at 16.
But that bunker left is where we're going.
Especially when I'm saying there's like that's all that hard for.
Yeah.
Especially when it's basically
I'm going left pylon. Flag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get to straight. Yeah.
Jamie Lane is caddy. They've got a plan.
Oh, I love the way they talk that through. They know that that left bunker is infinitely preferable.
Go.
And if it gets on the green, fantastic. Oh, wonderful play from there. It was aiming at the left bunker, hoping it would drift with the wind, and that's exactly what happened.
Great effort from Wallace. Look at the tee shot from William Mao.
62.5 feet left for William, for an eagle.
But can he get it all the way up the hill? That's
Yes.
the big question.
Does he have the courage? And lag putting so important here at Aronimink. And you would give that maybe fair, maybe a 7.5.
Well,
It's
they
not
all
quite
know,
dead yet.
they know how scary it is to be beyond the pin on 13.
Amen to that.
Bezedno playing alongside Mao.
This is for his birdie. Normally an excellent putter is South African.
Just outside 12 feet.
Uphill all the way. It's got him looking a little perturbed.
A couple of golfers have overread that putt
Yeah.
on the left side.
Yeah, there's not too many flat areas around this whole location, that's for sure. Don't see too many golfers marking their ball with a T. I'm sure he just does that when there's no other ball nearby. Just for momentary marking purposes. I saw an image of Christian's little boy. Couldn't be more than 2.5 with his little club on the driving range. It was wonderful to see all the families of these fellows out here.
William Mao, great college career at Pepperdine. Played alongside Sahith Theegala, Joe Highsmith, both in the field this week at the PGA Championship.
Would have been a pretty darn good team, I would say.
His parents own an egg farm.
No.
In Chino, California.
Now that is a nugget. I think you may get the award this week for that. Oh, William.
And one of those 3 putts we talked about at the top of the broadcast,
Yep.
Jane. A historic number of them in round 2.
Yeah, there was a total of 350 for the first 3 days for all holes. For 13.
We'll have a couple of looks at eagle at 16. Gary's with this group.
Yeah, so Matt, I thought spectacular second shot. Everything's just going to drift to the right. Just got to be a little bit wary beyond the flag. Start to run towards that back fringe. So to me, a tough one to get all the way up to the hole.
Yeah, the uphill putts, there's so much slope on these greens, so much variation, little subtleties. It is hard to make yourself get it all the way there. I can't emphasize how important lag putting has been this week. They're very much a part of the story.
Inside 45 feet for Wallace, coming up the hill.
What a putt that was. Spectacular.
Yeah. Very, very, very nicely done. Out of the right-hand rough, that's a terrific birdie.
And moments ago, Kurt Kitayama makes a birdie on his final hole of the day to shoot a 7 under, the first 63 we have seen this week at Aronimink. And he's at 3 under par, tied for 7th.
Well, and that's going to broadcast to the rest of the field that good scores are out there. And Gary, providing the wind doesn't pick up hugely this afternoon, I think it's definitely doable.
Oh, 100%. I'll tell you what, Alex was very unfortunate with his second shot. 6 feet right would have been half this distance.
That's the beauty here at Aronimink, isn't it?
Certainly is.
Fine line.
It's on a great line.
For eagle.
Oh, just ran out of juice. Nice effort. How is the breeze out there at the moment, Gary?
It's gusting. Gusting to 2 miles an hour.
We like to hear that. That'll set this course up for some fireworks.
Oh, he thought he had it.
Oh, we've already seen Kitayama have a great round. There's a few 3-unders out there at the moment for the day. Nice birdie there for Matt Wallace.
A couple of tap-in birdies from Wallace and Fitzpatrick at 16. Well played. And a good final round for the Englishman. To Patrick Cantlay.
Very long bunker shot, so difficult to get it all the way back. Will it stay? Yes, I think it will.
To the Swede, Alex Noren.
We had to get it up and over that lip really quickly. And that is a great example of the severe slope up there where this hole is located.
Noren and Cantlay will put marks down and step aside for the next group to try and drive this 13th. It's Corey Connors playing alongside Ryo Hisatsune.
Hisatsune's 2 under for the day, +1 for the championship. Perhaps they're not going to call them up.
We've got a standoff. Cantlay and Noren have stepped off the green.
Now they've got the all clear.
The Canadian Connors going to lead us off. 2-time winner on tour, both coming at the Valero Texas Open. He's missed just 1 cut all season.
Such a steady player, beautiful striker of the golf ball. I think the knock on Corey is that perhaps his putting can let him down. I believe he hit one out of bounds here the first day, if I'm not mistaken. Which I was shocked at because normally he's quite accurate. That's going to be that very long, difficult bunker shot to that back hole location.
And now Hisatsune, a promising young talent from Japan. His 3rd PGA Championship.
It's not a very wide gap, just about 10 steps. The opening between those 2 bunkers.
And he climbs aboard the 13th.
Now take a seat. Come on, settle, settle. Yeah, and that just gives you such a good example of how difficult it is to hold this green. And that is nestled right against that longer grass. It's going to be tough.
To the 16th fairway with Rasmus Højgaard.
Well, he can launch the golf ball, that's for sure.
Yeah, his 356-yard drive gave him just 195 in with his second.
Disappointing second shot, though. Yep. He's like, oh, I had such a good chance to get on and maybe make an eagle.
Unable to pay off the longest drive of the day at 17. Wallace at 17, Gary.
Well, how brave can Matt get? Birdie on the previous hole. Yeah, that's an exceptional shot there.
That is exceptional, Gary. You're exactly right. It's starting to drift even a little bit closer. Super.
Now, Alex Noren for birdie.
Okay, that was well judged.
Short work for his par. Back out to 17.
A good iron player is Alex.
Well, that's left at the flag.
Yes. Danger.
Oh.
Ooh, was able to carry it far enough to get over it. And that's in that collection area, Gary. That's going to be a fun little up and down. First one we've seen there today.
Now Patrick Cantlay lines up his birdie putt at 13. He's 2 under on the day.
Oh, take a seat. Oh. He's kind of an implacable figure, isn't he? Really, he doesn't really gesture too much, does Patrick Cantlay, but you know he's got to be a little bit upset with that effort.
And his comebacker. Known for his putting prowess. Let's see if he can finish this off. Patty Ice, his nickname in Ryder Cup play.
Can get fired up, can't he? Yeah, that's a good save. Just kept his composure. Didn't get overly upset after that first putt. Zooms past the hole. Well done.
And Noren taps in his par at 13.
Not a very far walk from green to tee here at Aronimink.
They have stretched this property out as far as it can go.
Certainly have. It's a very compact property. A lot of holes kind of crisscross. There's some areas around the golf course that are wonderful viewing areas.
Rasmus Højgaard surveying the 16th green with his third.
That's a good look as to what he faces. A couple little ridges in the way.
Climbs over that spine nicely.
Keep going. Oh, just needed a little more energy. I would have gotten up there nice and close. But you have to have a short memory in golf to some extent. You can't let the disappointment of missing the green there carry over to your bunker shot.
Second from Fitzpatrick in the collection area. Oh, how good is this?
That was one of the most impressive shots of the week for me.
Superb. Absolutely superb.
Sami Välimäki from the same bunker. A little different angle in. I'll have a birdie look. Corey Connors, greenside bunker on 13.
Just so difficult to make yourself hit it all the way back there. You know what danger is lurking behind. That's so steep. Feel a bit like a broken record, but it is true. It's a very difficult bunker shot.
Back to 17 and Wallace.
So it's just one of those ones. You see that obvious right to left break, and it's just, you just sort of turn over to intuition and just feel it up there and then let it drift down to the hole. Pros tend to enjoy these where they can use their imagination. It's those straight ones, isn't it, Jane, where you're trying to find some break and you kind of force it a lot of the time.
You're exactly right, Gary. We've seen a number of people kind of overread this putt, so it'll be fun to see what Matt can conjure up here. It just kind of straightened out at the end. It didn't keep turning.
It's another one of those putts where that back bit just goes to that back fringe.
So Wallace makes a 4. And here's Højgaard for his birdie. Yeah, right in the center of the cup for Rasmus.
That's well done. Good up and down from there.
Ooh, Fitzpatrick rings it around on 17. An all-world up and down.
That certainly was. That was fantastic effort.
From Alex to Matt at 13.
See if he can scoot it up the opening. Oh, yes, he can. But will it hold? No. It's about flag high, though. It'll be a challenging up and down.
Sami Välimäki, this for birdie. Good 16th for Välimäki and Højgaard. Pair of birdies.
There are birdies out here at Aronimink today, no doubt. We saw Kurt Kitayama with a little 63, 7 under for the day.
Sahith Theegala playing alongside Matt Fitzpatrick. He's at 13.
Going with the 3-wood.
All right. All right.
Caught a little bit of lumber into the right rough, just past the cart path.
And might be just past the tree enough to have a clear shot to that back pin.
Second from Ryo Hisatsune.
Okay, such a difficult shot to judge how it's going to come out of that primary rough.
Yeah, second straight shot we saw from there. Shane Lowry moments ago where you just hear that thud, James.
Yes, you do. That is infinitely preferable to just chunking it and leaving it right at your feet. So you kind of have to make sure that you get it to the hole.
Corey Connors has a birdie chance of his own at 13.
Getting to be a little bit of a warm afternoon. It's already in the low 80s at the moment here, and it's just past noon.
36 feet coming up the hill for Connors. He misses on the right.
Yeah, there's not a very large flat area around this whole location. Players have to be enjoying the fact that it is warmer today. The first couple of days were very chilly. It was a cold wind from the northwest, and now it's warming up a little bit.
There you see Ryo Hisatsune lining up his putt, and his caddy Billy Spencer always with the well-timed hydration, part of his pre-shot routine. Takes a sip of water, holds it in his mouth as he stands over his putt, helps him concentrate. This to get to even par for the championship. And 3 under for the day.
Yeah, putt didn't do a whole lot. That is a fascinating pre-shot routine. That is absolutely unique. I have never seen anyone do that. Arya Jutanagan used to make sure she smiled right before she hit the ball. And Nasa Hataoka would jump up and down a couple of times to give herself energy. So there's all sorts of players come up with different ways of making them either relax or focus or just be present.
Yeah, Hisatsune has had a lot of TV time in this 2026 season with 4 top 10 finishes this year, and he's been asked a lot about the water bottle, and he always jokes that there's sake in there. Help him concentrate. Now to Shane Lowry. More of a Guinness guy.
Oh, yes. And that claret jug, I think there might have been some Guinness. There was probably some good red in there as well, though. That he won. Okay, well done, Corey.
Hits his par. And Højgaard, fresh off his birdie at 16.
Ooh, this is aggressive here, Stephen.
Oof. It looked good for a long while, didn't it? But he's
man.
like, oh, no.
It's never a good sign, is it, when an 8-iron basically flies the green
No.
from 171 yards. Incredible.
Might need to call in Alex Fitzpatrick to hit that shot for him.
Yeah.
Crowds are filing in the hot corner out here on 17. Maybe the best place to catch all the action in the closing stretch, right around this tee box on 17.
I'm absolutely fine with that as long as it's on that flag. You can go to the place where you can go to the place.
All right, he's got his last-minute instructions.
Well, do that and 5 yards less. That's the more traditional route right there, middle of the green.
Oh, might have needed one more club, I think, Gary. That's going to be a lengthy one. Might have been a little bit scared after seeing his fellow competitor's golf ball.
Back over to 13, the drivable par 4 here on Championship Sunday, Jane. Look at the tee shots so far today from our groups.
Looks like a confetti cannon, doesn't it? Yeah, it's been a little bit of everything. We haven't seen any out of bounds, which is good. That left-hand bunker and front right bunker has gotten a lot of action, as has this area over by these 2 oak trees.
Igala and a popular right miss we've seen a lot this morning.
Oh, and he is going in the ozone here. It's not going to stay up there on the hood of the car.
Slides back down as Matt Fitzpatrick from this popular spot in the rough.
Oh, he's got a wonderful short game. I expect this to be pretty close. All right. It's okay from there. So hard to judge. You can practice till the cows come home, but no two lies are the same and no situation's the same. You just have to have great imagination and great feel. And I think a lot of these players are starting to figure out the golf course. You know, it's hard to learn everything you need to learn in 2 or 3 days of practice rounds.
Rory McIlroy was talking about that last night after his round, of just starting to get a feel and a sense for where you can be on these greens and where you can score and where you have to take your medicine. You know, for a lot of these players, they've never seen this golf course. It hasn't been here since 2018, and even since 2018, I mean, this course is playing much tougher than it did that year because it was so wet when the BMW Championship was here back there.
Yeah, you could just throw darts at the greens.
Sam Stevens next to play.
Looks like he's going with fairway wood as well. Aiming down that right side. We'll see if he tries to bring it in a little right to left. 264 is the front yardage. 299 total.
He's got a good line. Just got to get some legs and settle. And we have our best look.
Settle. We had our best look.
Oh, man. Amazing.
Might not be too bad, though. At least it's in the first cut of rough. Just barely over. I mean, a couple of yards shorter. I think it might have stayed flag high.
To Kashmir, Keith Mitchell. His father, Jerry, introduced him to the game and to wearing this visor that has become part of his patented look on the PGA Tour.
One of the longer hitters out here on tour.
Back playing the weekend at the PGA Championship for the first time in a few years.
That's got to feel good. Looking for a little more fade, perhaps. Front left bunker. That's not all bad, provided it didn't bury.
To Shane Lowry, his third shot at 16.
Looks like he nipped that one nicely. Come on, keep tracking. Okay. Under the hole. It's a good leave.
Here's Rasmus Højgaard going with the putter from off the green at 17.
Just creeping onto the putting surface. It should start to pick up pace. Nicely done.
Really impressive from back there for Højgaard. Now here's John Perry.
That is not a bad effort from where he is, provided it sits. Oh, just runs away behind that flag. Unfortunate lie there.
Sitting on that collar. To Sami Välimäki at 17. Long look at birdie at the par 3. Sami.
Oh, let him in.
Flirting with the edge. And he taps it in to walk away with a 3.
Now, haven't seen any birdies here today.
Now Sahith Theegala. Good pace. Perry, gonna belly up this wedge, Jane?
I think so. That would be the smart play. Well, he didn't. It was kind of half and half.
Yeah, it didn't
That's
seem
not
to
how it's supposed to come
fully
out.
commit.
Yes, exactly. That's what I meant to say. He couldn't quite decide what he wanted to do. Okay.
A couple of good pars from that group. To 13, and Matt Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, not much in this putt.
Yeah, good
Inside
birdie.
the hole. Yep. Already 3 wins on the PGA Tour this year for Matt Fitzpatrick. Just having a terrific season. He's worked very hard on his swing, especially improving his iron play.
Theegala makes his par. To the green on 16, Shane Lowry.
Break. And not so much luck for the Irishman.
We'll tap in for his 5. A look of many on 16 if they don't score. It's really their best chance on the back 9.
That's right. Just kind of walk off muttering. And ruining their opportunity because they know that it was such a good one.
And Perry has this for par.
Yeah, a little tricky downhiller with some borrow in it as well.
So a couple of 5s from that group. We'll step aside as featured holes coverage continues on Championship Sunday at Aronimink.
If players were given a club for every time they almost won a major, a dozen guys this week could arm a town the size of Abilene. Lots of players come close. Close enough for the loss to haunt them forever when they're getting paid to live in the almostness of fading nostalgia. But only a select few persevere to win a major. In that inch of difference between almost and champion lies the answer to so many prayers.
Happy Championship Sunday from the City of Brotherly Love as Keith Mitchell hits his second.
Pretty good effort there from Keith.
Shane Lowry next to play at 17.
Let's see what shot he decides to hit. Looks like a little fade off the water.
He had a pretty forgettable shot here on Thursday, shanking it into the water.
Yes, that was the weirdest of shots.
To Sam Stevens from off the green.
See if he plays this back in his stance, just pops it out there. He did get a little bit of check on the golf ball. Not bad. Very, very difficult shot to judge.
John Perry playing alongside Lowry.
Yeah, the Englishman who worked his way from the DP World Tour to the PGA Tour this year. Top 10 on their order of merit. Gets automatic exemption into the PGA Tour. So trying to make the most of it.
Mitchell trying to go up and down from the bunker for his birdie.
Read well.
Really well.
Unfortunate 7 there, kind of derailed any opportunity for him for a great week.
Gave Stevens a bit of a read. And he converts.
Oh, 2 nice putts there at 13. A difficult back hole location. It's really just on a little crown on the very back of the green. But as Kerry Haigh gives you something by playing this hole shorter, he takes away by a challenging hole location.
It's a nice, beautiful, hot day in Philadelphia. And PGA Junior League is bringing friends, families, and communities together through golf, all with the expert PGA and LPGA coaching. Find a team near you at PGAJuniorLeague.com. Imagine a lot of juniors out there on the golf course at Aronimink watching the world's best.
Oh, nothing like it as a youngster, getting to watch such great players at this great major championship. I know as a kid, when the Australian Open would come to town, what a thrill to watch the great players like Nicklaus and Player, David Graham, Peter Thompson. Them were the days, but they inspire you as a youngster to, yeah, this is what I want to do. And feel very blessed to have grown up in a household with the PGA of Australia professional to learn from.
William Mao hitting his second at 16.
One of the rare players to hit the fairway. Oh, he yelled at it just nicely. Eagle opportunity there for William Mao. Just brought it in on the wind very nicely there. And while they discuss that in Afrikaans, not many of us understand that language. Christian Bezuidenhout out of the rough.
2:47 left.
Gonna try and scoot it up there between the 2 bunkers. Which he has done successfully.
Oh, and getting better.
Now sit. There's been a lot of that. Get up, now sit. Oh, super shot there from Bezuidenhout.
Yeah, one of the best we've seen. That will set him up for eagle. Daniel Berger at 13.
Loves to fade the golf ball. Let's see if he can control this one.
Go. No, sit. Go. Sit.
I think I just said that, didn't
Yeah.
I?
Inside the mind
Oh,
of
now
what
it's,
Donald Ross can do to these guys.
now it's right up against that long collar. He's going to walk up there and probably just a quick shake of the head.
Good to see Daniel Berger playing some good golf again after a number of injuries over the years. Slowed him down. 4-time PGA Tour winner. Almost picked it off at Bay Hill for losing a playoff to Akshay Bhatia.
Playing with Daniel Brown, the Englishman.
He's making his PGA Championship debut.
Looks like it's sliding off to the right.
Good swing.
John Perry coming across this 17th green for birdie.
Coming across a couple of ridges. A break to his left if he would get it to the hole. And a lengthy one coming up for his par as he looks a little disconsolate.
And now Lowry. Let's see if he can hit it with the right speed over this ridge. It's kind of been the story of 17 today. He bounces over the mark of Perry.
Yeah, he didn't really learn a lot from that one. Had the opportunity to kind of go to school, but wasn't able to execute.
Here's Perry.
I like this view from left of the green. I've seen a lot of players miss it on that high side. They think it's going to keep turning, but just sort of flattens out right there.
In the hours, that grandstand will be packed here at 17. A great little cathedral setting.
Yeah, this hole is going to provide a lot of drama as we come down the stretch. Already seen one ball in the water today. Okay, well
Lowry.
hold there from the big Irishman.
Jams it in. That will do it for us. Jane, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a blast, Stephen. Thank you.
Justin Kutcher, Jeff Ogilvie will take it over from here. Thanks for tuning in to Featured Holes coverage.
Welcome back. Justin Kutcher alongside Jeff Ogilvie, Ewan Porter on the ground as we have featured hole coverage here for the 108th PGA Championship final round of an incredible, incredible championship. As we go out to the 16th, William Mao. A look at Eagle. Well, that's the objective right there. If you don't make the eagle, have a tap in for birdie.
Absolutely. Hasn't been many eagle putts this week had by anybody.
This is Dan Brown, not the author, but the golfer. And that's just going to come up a bit short.
Couldn't crack the code.
Well played, sir. Now the tap in for Mao at 16. You see a guy like William Mao at +6 headed towards 17. You could just see how tired he is, how exhausting this has been.
These weeks, majors, any major will wear you out, but this one has been especially tiring for the boys.
Daniel Berger will have that left for a birdie.
Very windy and cold early in the week. Tough golf course, tough assignment this week.
Christian Bezuidenhout. Really good look here for eagle.
We've seen that so much this week. The ball seems to break away from the hole everywhere. Like sometimes it feels like the hole's a magnet, but this week it feels like it's a repellent.
That's actually a really good way to say it. It does. It's almost like two magnets at each other and they repel.
Well, Scotty was saying, and a few of the guys have been saying in their post rounds, that it feels like a lot of the holes are up on top of sort of almost pimples. And I mean, you've got a lot of uphill putts, but it's downhill past the hole. And if you get it a little bit wrong either side, the ball can break away from the hole.
I said how tired these guys look. It's remarkable when you think about this golf course is so bunched together. The walk around the golf course is under 5 miles. 4.7 miles, that's it.
It feels a nice sized property, but yeah, the lack of trees now as well, you feel like you're always next to another golf hole. The walk is short from green to tee, old school routing from Nolan Ross. Always on the side of a hill. It's an interesting course, and I think there was felt like some of the players early in the week were underestimating how difficult it was going to be.
I can't wait to hear after this championship is decided, players, what they say when someone asks, coming into this week, to Tuesday, Wednesday after practice rounds, people thought this. What do you think you took away from this week? As Cantlay is going to put that one in the bunker.
He's going to have to wait at least one more major to crack that duck. So surely one of the best golfers in the world, not the label that you want, but surely one of the best golfers in the world yet to win a major.
He also has been winless for quite a while now.
It's an enigma.
Daniel Berger at 13.
Maybe all that time he spends on the board of the PGA Tour is taking a lot of his time.
This for birdie for Berger to get it to red numbers.
Again. This hole on 13 again, we get the green book, which gives us some cheat sheets on these hole locations, and it looks like it's right up on top of a hill. It sort of rolls away on every side of this hole.
Now Brown. When you make a par at this 13th hole, when you make a par at the 16th hole, you feel like you gave something away.
Just so few opportunities out here, it's felt like, for birdies.
Let's go up to 17 and check out the different tee location today. You see where it was the first 3 rounds. Now look at the final round, playing just 171.
Well, they kind of had to play it on the front tee for this hole location. It's such a scary pin. You can see even on the graphic how scary a shot that's going to be. I think the popular spot will be 20 or 30 feet right of this. But coming down the stretch with this many players in the mix, there's going to be a few guys who have to go for it, and it's going to be kind of fun to watch.
This is a neat green. Here is Bezuidenhout on the tee, even par. That puts him at 35th, just 6 shots behind the leader. And he looks like he's going middle of the green.
It's really the only sensible spot to aim it. He's having a good day, Bez. Be nice to sneak another birdie before he gets in the house.
How careful you watching him?
A lot, yeah. He's a fantastic member of our team. Great putter. Great energy in the bus and the locker room.
Wow, this is an aggressive line.
This is aggressive.
I was actually going to ask, is this spot where he just went, is that a bad place to miss? Or is it a good place to miss?
It's probably not fun. These tightly mown surrounds here are very tight, very short bent grass, and you go up to the green and then it'll be downhill to the hole.
That was way less than driver for Brennan, and he does not like it. The only good news is he missed right, not left. You missed left, and you're OB. Patrick Cantlay out of the bunker, playing his third at 16.
Nicely done, left it under the hole.
He does have so much talent. Now Johnny Kiefer, also less than driver. This is a good pairing of young guys.
Didn't leave any behind there either.
And that'll be in the bunker. Alex Noren from that same bunker that we saw Cantlay at 16.
Well, Patrick showed him how to do it.
And he didn't learn.
More practice time, Alex.
When you think about Cantlay, a couple years ago, you know, he was right up there with John Rahm. He was right up there with Scotty Scheffler as far as all the statistics except for the wins.
Yeah, look, he has quality everywhere in his bag. Great driver of the ball, hits it further than you think. Good putter. Always analytical.
Great at TGL. He knows how to use the flag. All right, let's see what this shot looks like for William Mao. He's going with a putter.
That'll be a popular choice from down there, I think, as us up the hill and then down all the way towards the hole. Pretty good effort. Hard to believe it stopped there. So it looks like you can get up and down. I mean, he hasn't holed that putt yet, but that looked a reasonable opportunity. So maybe going for the hole is a reasonable proposition, because you might be able to get up and down from over the back.
Now Noren has a birdie putt at 16. Gave it a go. Bezaid note. The birdie attempt at 17. What makes him good as a teammate?
He's good energy. Always seems in a good mood. He's a fantastic putter. Like, his short game and his putting is great. And when you're playing match play, it's nice to have a partner who's going to make those putts for you.
Patrick Cantlay has this look for birdie.
Always looks good over the putter, I think, Patrick.
Nicely done. You're going to see that a lot. Bogey at 15, birdie at 16.
Yeah, we've been seeing that all week.
Mao for his up and down par. There you go.
No problem.
There have been a couple of holes where you had talked about the green and the tee being so close together, where sometimes it's not bad to be in that runoff between the green and the tee.
Certainly a better choice than the rough this week. The rough hasn't been long, but incredibly thick. All the players were talking in practice about how awkward it was and how much time they spent trying to work out how it was going to come out of that stuff.
I, for one, have loved it. The rough should be penal.
Fun to watch.
Yes.
Certainly when you're trying to find one of the best players in the world, there should be rewards for good shots and perhaps some punishment for bad shots.
Johnny Kiefer in the 13th.
Sounded like a little too much ball.
Ryo Hisatsune playing his second at 16. This is a guy that must be on your radar.
Certainly, yeah. He's a high-quality player. Has been playing really well this year.
He's a young stud out of Japan. Now Michael Brennan in the same bunker that we just saw Johnny Kiefer.
Be a popular spot today, I think, the front right bunker on 13.
Great shot.
Somewhere between those two.
Right between those two is the hole.
That's what we're aiming at, isn't it?
Well, this is a good look at one of the issues with the rough this week. There's no, you know, small first cut. You go right into the rough and then a thicker rough, and you may have just gotten away with one right there.
And so difficult it feels like all week you're coming uphill to the hole, which generally is good, but it's always downhill once you get past the hole. So you've seen a lot of shots come up short.
Can't lay at 17.
Looks right at it.
Very nice shot. If you're out of it at this point, are you just saying, what the heck, let's go flag hunting?
Maybe a little bit, but you've put in a lot of work this week. It's still, pride still kicks in. You want to have as good a finish as you can. Patrick looks excited with that shot.
One to often show emotion. Alex Noren has been doing that move to rehearse for years now.
We're all trying to work out what he's actually doing. But he hits a lot of balls. He knows what works for him. Likes to fade it, but if he wants to go close, he has to turn it over. It looks like he has. Nobody hits more balls than Alex Noren. I don't think he has fingerprints left as much as he's worn out his hands.
Michael Brennan back at 13 has this putt for birdie.
You can see there with the color, he's putting uphill here, but as soon as he gets past the hole, it looks like it goes downhill. And all week we've seen putts left short.
And the 16th third shot for Hisatsune. Clipped that one nicely.
He's got all the shots.
Matthew Fitzpatrick. Notice the M in front of his name with his brother Alex now on tour. It's not just Fitzpatrick anymore, it's Matt Fitzpatrick, and he was unloading on that.
How about that footwork?
This fairway is almost impossible to hold. All right, so we saw an uphill putt by Brennan. You're saying this is uphill as well?
Yeah, common logic would say the one from the other side is downhill, but yeah, this is definitely uphill. And one of the challenges this week has been holes up on high points, which is normally good because you're putting uphill. But as I said, as soon as you get to the hole, it goes downhill when you get past. So it's been a challenge this week.
Really nicely done right there by Kiefer. Able to save his par. Sathigala at 16.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Justin, these fairways canted quite a lot. This one's pretty dogleg right to left, but the fairway slopes left to right. And the players have worn out the right rough this week on 16.
Staying on 16, Corey Connors in the bunker. Man.
Another international team member, Corey Connors. Not the week he was wanted. This is a good course for Corey, we all thought, because of how well he hits his iron shots.
Noren at 17. Good putt. So the President's Cup will be at Medina. And correct me if I'm wrong, did you do the renovation at Medina?
We did. Bit of insider trading.
Yeah. So how much of that plays into how you choose your team?
A little bit. We'll look, when we're fine-tuning the last pick or two, we're obviously going to work out what aspect of the game is going to be most beneficial, whether it's driving distance or putting, or if it's approach play like someone like Corey Connors. But we'll have a look at the analytics, but there's a personality aspect as well.
Here's Cantlay after a good tee shot at 17 for birdie. Just never broke like he thought it would. That actually looked like it went to the right at the end. There's Satsune here for birdie at 16. And by his reaction, it did not go in.
As you say, you look forward to 16 all day because you've had so much trouble making birdies. You finally get a birdie hole, you really want to make it here.
When you come through this stretch of 15 and 16, is your goal to play it in 9 shots, in 8 shots? What are you realistically thinking?
I think the goal would be 8 shots, would be par then birdie. That would be beating the field, obviously. But 9 shots, you know you haven't lost any, probably, because 15's been one of the hardest holes all week. And 16, even though it's a birdieable hole and it's probably played one of the easier holes, still you had to hit 2 good shots.
Johnny Vegas here at 13. He had a remarkable up and down yesterday from the right side. It wasn't in the bunker. It was even farther past a tree. Put a hook spin on his second shot to make a birdie.
Have to make your mistake right off the tee here, as you mentioned, out of bounds, quite close to the green on the left.
These are two of the just naturally strongest guys on tour.
Just filling the screen with international team potentials at the moment.
Well, we knew you were going to be on the air, so we wanted to give you a sneak peek.
Great shot from Foxy there, straight through the middle of the green. Interesting, they've played this hole up twice.
Yep. Corey Connors for his par at 16.
The one part of his game that if he could have a good 6 months or year, you think Corey would win a lot of golf tournaments if he starts holing a few putts.
Sathigala.
I got my walk on board.
Yeah, I suppose. And then, like, if I have to take a bunch off, it's going to get sketchy. Okay. just aiming at the middle part of the left bunker. It flops open and covers great. Yeah. This lie, I mean, to me, it seems pretty good. Okay. I know what you're saying, but I think I trust that it's going to come. Straight cross? It is, yeah.
South Theegala, Carl Smith talking through the strategy here. The second shot at 16.
So much of this is just trying to leave it in a good spot. If you can't hit it on the green, where do I want to try to get up and down from?
Slide. Slide. Slide.
Great shot.
That is a pretty good spot.
That's a heck of a shot right there.
Such thick rough this week. You've really had to go down and get it. Pretty good effort to hit it that far out of there.
Oh, Fitzpatrick.
Looks like he likes it.
He should.
Great shot.
That'll be a look for eagle for Matt Fitzpatrick. He thought it just went over. Don't worry, Matt. It'll be a good look. Corey Connors, this should fit his shot shape really well.
Loves to move it right to left.
So he hits it straight.
It's going to be a popular miss to the right today.
Johnny Vegas in the right bunker at 13. You don't realize, but that is a long bunker shot for a greenside bunker.
There's a long bunker. You've got to fly the ball a long way up there if you want to get it close.
Oh, Ryan Fox.
Can't even see his ball. It's always a bit of guesswork out of this sort of rough. Sometimes you guess wrong.
What's the easier rough to play out of around the greens? This type of grass or Bermuda?
Usually this. It grows straight up. It's a bit more predictable.
Ryo Hisatsune at 17. Putting this one sky high.
Nicely done.
Just a thought, could we have a Japanese pairing with he and Hideki?
There's potential. That'd be fun. I'm sure those two would enjoy that.
Yeah. That and all of Japan would truly enjoy it.
Get them all tuning in for that one.
Ryan Fox trying to figure out this birdie putt.
Pretty good look there of the slope that's on this green. Most of the greens around this course on a pretty big tilt, as the whole golf course is sort of built in a valley in a bowl, and it feels like every hole's on the side of a little bit of a hill. The greens naturally sort of run with that slope.
The average green size is 8,200 square feet.
Is that about the size of your house?
Which wing? Mine, my neighbors, and my other neighbors combined. To try to put it into perspective, typical course that you work on, that you renovate, how big would a green size be on average?
It's hard to say average. There we see a lot of small ones. I'm not really good on the numbers, but I would have said 5,000, 6,000 would be about normal.
That was not the shot that Theegala was hoping for.
And I would guess somewhere like Hilton Head are probably down at the 3,000, 2,000.
Hilton Head, Pebble Beach, those are routinely among the smallest greens on the tour.
These are big greens, but they're small areas that you've got to putt to.
Right.
Or you've got to hit to even, because there's lots of spines and lots of distinct areas on these greens, and you really had to try to find the right areas this week. Because if you're a long way off, you'll be putting, but you've got quite the adventure from some spots here.
That'll be a par for Vegas at 13. Yeah, I mean, you could aim for the middle of the green and not be guaranteed a 2-putt.
Yeah, certainly. This has been a course very different from Augusta, obviously, but similar in that thinking about where you wanted to miss the ball all week has been very important, because if you get on the wrong side of these holes, good luck.
Fox trying to save his par here at 13. Pulled it.
Made a bit of a mess of that. This is, I'm sure, what Kerry wanted. He puts the tee up, dangles the carrot, but we're not. I mean, we're seeing a lot of people still mess it up. It's only $2.99.
Now Theegala at 16, playing his 4th. Made a mess of his 3rd.
And it continues.
All right, Corey Connors has to navigate another spine, and this one's going to have a big break.
Should break a ton from right to left. Pretty good effort. Again, we see, I don't think I remember a tournament where I've seen as many players leave putts short. I think it's been really hard to be confident on these greens.
Satsune now for his birdie attempt at 17. Good speed, just never had it high enough. You'll see Hisatsune with a water bottle before all of his shots, all of his putts. He keeps water in his mouth to help his breathing right as he's about to make contact.
Justin, whatever works.
I'm pretty confident the water would fall out of my mouth when I went to go hit.
I'm sure you've tried some different things to help your golf game.
I have, yep, and so far nothing's worked.
Maybe try the water thing.
Noted. Man, Theegala cannot be happy right now.
Matt Fitzpatrick has this putt to get 3 under par for the tournament, which is an opportunity to post a number that they're going to have to look at.
Mm-hmm. Right now, 3 under is tied for 7th. Kurt Kitayama went out today, shot a 63. He posted 3 under.
Never online.
He's played such good golf this year.
2 under, you never know. Birdie the last 2 holes. I wouldn't be packing up my locker straight away.
You have some experience with that, don't you? Posting a number?
A couple of times. I don't think I ever did it in a major as far out as Fitzpatrick is doing it.
Right. Corey Connors missing the short one, so a bogey at 17 for him.
It's been that sort of week for Corey.
Chandler Blanchet at the tee at 13.
Stay left. Stay left.
Oh, it doesn't listen.
It's just short. In the rough.
Denny McCarthy on the tee. Ewan Porter's with him.
264 to the front, 299 all the way back. That breeze in a different direction today, hurting and from the left, from the northwest.
And that will test the short game here of Denny McCarthy. Going left in the rough, going to have an awkward stance and have to carry it over the bunker. And yeah, it's one of those days.
That was a very controlled throw, though.
A bogey for Thigala at the par 5 16th, and you could see when you hand the caddy the putter like that, just not happy. 1 under on his round so far today through 16 for Thigala. Alex Smalley, Matty Schmid. The final pairing today will tee off at 2:35 p.m. Eastern Time. Nick Taylor, John Rahm, Aaron Rai, Ludwig Oberg, all those guys at 4 under. Alex Smalley has been playing really well the last few weeks. He's never won on tour, trying to break through here as we go out to 16. And this is Sam Stevens. And who said there are no trees here?
Sam found some. He's got a chance to have a pretty good lie here. You never know. This might be a good spot. Might have lost this one to the right.
Came back into the flat of the bunker, but you could see he's got no green to work with right there. Now Keith Mitchell from the opposite rough.
Beautiful swing, Keith Mitchell.
Oh, that is unlucky.
That's going to be awkward.
Matt Fitzpatrick on the tee at 17.
See if you can curve one in there, get it close.
That's going to be a no.
He's going to have to make a long putt. See this flag flapping around a little bit, Ewan, is the wind picking up out there?
Yeah, it's wouldn't be gusting any more than about 12, 15 miles an hour right now. It's consistently probably around 8 or 10. We're a little higher up here at 13, so hence why it's probably slightly breezier here. Good scoring conditions. If the wind does get up, I'd love to post 6 or 7 under.
Yeah, if you can post 6 or 7 under, you're in really good condition.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because if Alex Smalley shoots over par today and it's playing tough, 4 or 5 under par could win this thing.
Thigala at 17, trying to bend this one in.
Yeah, well, if the pattern continues, we've seen a lot of good front nines and some good starts out here, but it's hard to keep around all the way to the house here.
Kitayama had the best round of the week, a 63. He's in at 3 under here in the final round of the PGA Championship.
There are so many players within the top of the leaderboard.
Everybody is bunched. McIlroy, quite an impressive third round.
Alex Smalley.
Such an impressive fight back.
Kurt Kitayama, best round on the golf course early on.
This is a different type of stage.
What a day it's going to be.
It will be a day to remember here at the PGA Championship at Aronimink Golf Club in Newtown Square, Pennsylvania. We'll ride the wagon all the way home to see if they can get the Wanamaker Trophy. I'm going to put you on the spot right now, Jeff Ogilvy. Who do you think wins?
This one's harder to pick than any tournament I can remember, but I will go with Jon Rahm. I think he's got some extra motivation at the moment with what's happening in the world of golf. I think he certainly feels like he's one of the best players in the world, and this is one of his opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
He looked good yesterday to me of the top contenders. I mean, they all looked, a lot of them looked good, but Jon Rahm, he looks like he's playing with a lot of determination.
Sam Stevens. This was his shot out of the bunker. Remember, he short-sided himself.
Yeah, these short-sided bunker shots this week have been tough.
There didn't seem like to be a whole lot of sand underneath there. So this will be his fourth. Look at where this one ends up. Actually caught a break by getting it all the way into that rough. Now Sahith Theegala at 17, a long birdie putt.
Can he get it there?
What would you rather have? A long straight putt or a long putt with 12 feet of break?
I'll take the long straight putt. But sometimes you're right. Having a bit of break feels like it gives you a bit of a sort of buffer zone.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Sometimes easier to measure the speed when you've got a bit of break.
Sam Stevens playing his fourth here at 16.
Just sort of shows us what's been happening all week around a lot of these greens. Close to the hole in two, really, just in a bunker, and you can make a big mess of it.
Here's one of the great personalities on tour, Hao Tong Lee. Got a chance to play with Scotty Scheffler last year, and it's one of my favorite stories to tell, but he asked Scotty, hey, can we play a practice round sometime? He's like, yeah, just call me. And he's like, well, you better answer the phone when I call you. And he goes, Hao Tong who? Now Fitzpatrick, this one has a big break. Good lag.
So you're probably not going to be Fitzpatrick's week, but one of the names everyone was throwing around has been playing some of the best golf in the world, if not the best golf in the world this year.
Kazuki Higa. Driver here at 13. Well, he knows his English. Saying soft.
I don't think it matters what language you use to a golf ball. I don't think they listen.
No matter the accent either. Oh no, Theegala made a bogey at 16, and now this will be a bogey at 17 if he could knock this one in.
Probably pretty ready to get out of here.
Oh yeah. Made a donation to the pond. Keith Mitchell at 16 for birdie.
Another ball coming up just short.
Keith Mitchell has one of the swings on tour where if you could choose a swing you'd want to have, his would be one of them for me.
Yeah, he swings the ball. He swings the club great. He hits the ball really well. Hits the ball miles.
Fitzpatrick for his 2-putt par. This might not be the week for Matt Fitzpatrick. Still a good showing, and he'll be heading to the U.S. Open at Shinnecock, and the U.S. Open is the one major he has under his belt.
Pretty clean looking card there too. 5 birdies, no bogeys.
Sam Stevens, this is a par putt. Sam Stevens, a bogey at 16. Seems like the wind is picking up just a bit as we are past 1 o'clock Eastern time here outside of Philadelphia. Huge crowds here on this championship Sunday at Aronimink Golf Club as we go out to 13. Higa here out of the bunker.
Haven't seen many players be able to get much spin out of the sand this week. I'm not sure what's happening, or maybe it's just because the greens are so firm and fast.
That surprised him right there.
Oh, we always expect to get it close.
Keith Mitchell on the tee at 17. Looks like he's going right at it.
Keith only knows aggression. He'll go straight at it.
Ewan is over there now at 17.
Got the best spot in the house here. Keith Mitchell drifting just right at the pin. Great looking shot. Yeah. if it was another club, it did stay dry though.
He just asked his caddy, Brad Schneider, is the wind hurting? Because I thought I hit that one pretty well. Yeah, he just thought, he's like, I just smashed that. Now back to 16, Daniel Berger with his third.
96 yards. That pin's just 3 from the right. Dangerous play there. Sliding it in low. Have to go a little.
Ewan, we're hearing a lot of guys talk to their golf balls out there today.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Those pins have been tough for 3 days, and they're, if not even tougher today. And that breeze is swirling a little bit.
Now Sam Stevens on the tee at 17.
And I think it is hurting just a little here at 17. Pretty much straight across from the left. This is a much flatter ball flight. Really good line just left of it.
Wow. So Keith Mitchell was a club short. And Sam Stevens was a club long.
Probably definitely affected by what happened to Keith's ball there.
Now Tong Lee at 13 playing his second. I think he hit 4 inches behind that ball.
You know, a pretty good result really in the end. That was, he's trying to work out what happened there. Tough rough around the greens here this week.
First time this is hosting a PGA Championship in 63 years. 1962, Gary Player. You know, we talk about scores. Gary Player won that at 2 under.
Aronimink's holding up. It's the pattern continues.
Kazuki Higa. Again, coming up short. He'll have that left for par.
I know there's been some low scores in PGA Tour events around here, but once you get those major conditions and the greens get firm, a course like this gets really difficult.
And then you throw in the wind.
It was cold and windy those first few days. It was everything the boys could handle.
So these guys will wave up the next group on the tee. That's Rico Hoey and Jordan Spieth. Jordan Spieth, it will not be this year that he will complete the career Grand Slam. He'll be going for another attempt at the career Grand Slam next year, his 11th try.
Rico's got driver in his hand here. That, from what we've been seeing, this feels like it'll be a lot of club for Rico. Just 264, I think, to the front. Ewan said.
In that same bunker that we just saw Higa.
Not a bad spot. We haven't seen many balls stay on the green, if any, since we started watching.
Well, this is the first iron I've seen off this tee in the last 2 days. I think he's playing for a layup.
It looks like a short iron too, yeah.
It's not the driving iron.
He's going to back his wedge game. He's hit the ball really well this week, Jordan. Yeah, he's left it to a number that he thinks he's got his best chance to make birdie from.
All right, Keith Mitchell stayed up at 17. Choked way down. Daniel Berger at 16. Putt for birdie.
Straight up the hill, it's slow. Got a good round going.
Just bleeds off to the right. Sam Stevens. I think I'd rather have Keith Mitchell's second shot than this one.
Almost really good there, just got hung up.
Back to 13, Hao Tong Lee for birdie. See, that was smart. He did that in Mandarin.
Didn't sound positive.
Nope.
But again, I don't speak Mandarin.
My wife and in-laws do, but I haven't learned it yet.
Hao Tong's fun in any language.
He is. And Keith Mitchell, that'll be a bogey for him at 17. So you had said they moved the tee up. They had to if they want this whole location. And even with the tees up in 171, this hole is not playing easy.
Not an easy hole. I mean, it's a very fine line between success and failure there where the hole is today.
He got a lot of the hole right there. He's got a build almost like a Kurt Kitayama.
He does. I haven't watched him play much golf, but stocky. Just $299. It looks like it's all they can handle at the moment too. It's amazing.
I'm going to be very curious to see how it pans out for Jordan Spieth. He's the only one who's kind of taken ego out of the equation and said, I'm going to lay back to a number.
I mean, where he hit that iron, it looks like a pretty good spot to come in from.
Sam Stevens for his par at 17. I don't believe we've seen a birdie yet in our groups that have come through at 17. We've seen a lot of bogeys.
We're not seeing a lot of birdies on any of these 3 holes at the moment.
So back at 13. You can see how Jordan Spieth decided to lay up, and there have been a few guys who have laid back. Not sure if that was mishit. But Luke Donald, he did decide to lay back. Another guy with a great wedge game.
I like this play.
As soon as he hit that, he knew he didn't hit it quite as hard as he wanted to.
Usually lets us know what he feels about his golf shot.
Berger at 17.
Very high, about 15, 20 feet right of it.
You and I can't wait to see guys coming down the stretch who know they need to go at least with 1 birdie on 17 or 18. How aggressive they get here.
Well, it's an interesting one because if you pull it off, you're going to have a great chance. And if you're just slightly off, you're most probably making 4 or 5. I love what they've done in moving the tee up. And when you're only hitting 8 iron, maybe 9 iron, you feel like you have to take dead aim.
There's been 1 birdie here today. It was Luke Donald, the European Ryder Cup captain. Again, it just goes to show you, you don't need the hole to be 230 yards to play tough. 171, as Ewan said, 8, 9 iron for these guys.
Well, Dan Brown's just coming off a double at 16. He made double from about 100 out in the middle of the fairway. His ball striking this week has been pretty poor by his standards.
That one was struck pretty well. At least it sounded like it. Maybe not.
It's wet. That is in the water.
I'm going to say it was struck well, wrong club. How about that?
Something went wrong.
It's very nice of you, Jeff. Rico Hoey at the 13th.
See if Rico can get one close. It's like the hole has a repellent on it this week. The ball just always just is going away from it. Kerry Haig has found some very interesting hole locations all week.
It has been the talk of this championship.
I'm not sure if interesting is the adjective a lot of these players will use.
Back on the tee, Steven Jaeger's waiting to be called up. Steven Jaeger and Taylor Pendrith.
Is it the grandstands between that and tower?
Going for it, looks like a 3-wood.
I said this yesterday, Jeff, but I'll say it again with you here. You could almost play this hole in reverse. It looks like with the way the bunkers are all set up, if you teed off from the green and played it back towards the tee, it'd be a great hole too.
Yeah, I mean, Donald Ross gave everybody of every level bunkers to deal with. You know, there's bunkers 100 yards or so off the tee, then there's more 200 or so off the tee, and then some around the green. You're right, this hole does look like you could go from green to tee.
Were some of the architects from back in the day that you kind of pull some in your own designs?
Yeah, all of the they call it the golden age of golf course architecture. Alistair McKenzie, Seth Rayner, Steve McDonald, Donald Ross, Tillinghast. It was an incredible era, sort of 100 or so years ago, sort of the beginnings of golf in America. Some fantastic golf courses. Most of the top 50, 100 in the world were built back then.
Michael Brennan out of the bunker at 16. This is pretty good. One of the fans was right. It's a great shot there.
One of the best birdie putts we've seen.
All right, at 17 from the dreaded drop zone.
Probably not the last player today to play from the drop zone. Pretty good shot, just took a big bounce.
Now Jordan Spieth, this is a birdie attempt at 13 after laying back off the tee, and that'll be a par. Do you think for Jordan, before he can win, let's say, the Grand Slam, complete the career Grand Slam, he has to win another tournament first to get that feel back?
I don't think he has to, but it certainly never hurts. I mean, contention is as much getting used to it. If you're in those last few groups and you can get it done in a regular tour event, it certainly will make it a lot easier when you get yourself in a tournament like this.
Like, I think back to Tiger when he won at the Tour Championship in 2018 before winning at Augusta in 2019. Like, he just, okay, I can do it. I can put 4 rounds together and I could win again.
Yeah, I certainly think winning is a habit, and you certainly often see players win.
Oh, that was a good putt by Berger.
You often see players win tournaments in bunches because they're so much of it's belief. And when it's been a long time since you've won a tournament, as many tournaments as Jordan has won, you feel like if he could go win a regular tournament again, then his confidence level will go up.
Ewan, what do you think? Do you think Jordan needs to win a regular tournament before he can win the major and maybe the PGA? Brennan misses the birdie putt. It's not often I could stump Ewan Porter with a question.
Sorry, I've just been thinking for 30 seconds there, Justin. I'm with Jeff. I don't think he needs to. I mean, he's done it so many times, you don't forget how to win.
I know you don't forget how to win, but I wonder if there is that doubt that creeps into your mind, like, can I do it again? I haven't been able to do it in so long. I don't have those feels. You know, it's been so long. So what do I do?
Well, Jeff, it's been 16 years since my last win. I'm doubting my ability these days.
Yeah, it's been 12 since mine, so I'm sure there'd be some feelings come up if I gave myself a chance right now.
Steven Jaeger. This is way outside to the right. Settle.
It's going to find its way off the back of the green.
Now Brown at 17 trying to save the bogey, and he walks it in. That's not a good 3-hole stretch right there. Taylor Pendrith still waiting to play his second. It's warm out there today.
Warmest day of the week. Looks a nice day for golf. Taylor here with, it's a long bunker shot, this one. Hard to get it all the way back there.
Yeah, really good.
It's funny, he took a different approach on that one. I thought it would run back and still had some check on it.
Yeah, it sounded like he tried to take a lot of sand to try to release it up to the hole, but it just looks so slow up that hill.
16. Ryan Fox went just a little bit to the left. 62 yards between he and Johnny Vegas, and Vegas, one of the few balls in the fairway, and you see when you're in the fairway, you actually have a chance to pick up a shot. So Ryan Fox playing his second at 16.
As long as he doesn't have to deal with the tree. Looks like he had to try to go around it a little bit. It's probably not the worst spot to come in from. That'll be interesting.
Now Vegas.
Perfect tee shot, back into a little bit of breeze here. 4-iron.
Just creeps on the front.
To 17 we go. Here's Johnny Kiefer.
I'm starting it miles right, and it's not coming back. In fact, it's going further right.
Frustration for Johnny Kiefer. Finished #1 on the Korn Ferry Tour last year. Just about 1:40 local time. Steven Jaeger for birdie at 13 from just off the green.
Uphill, drifting to his left, you would think.
And that's got a lot of speed. That's no gimme coming back for par.
A little bit enthusiastic with that one.
All right, so you said here Ryan Fox might not be a bad lead from where he is. Let's see.
Well, he's under the hole, so if he can get some spin on it, he's close to the green, but he's got a chance.
I'd say good call.
Perfect leave, I would say.
Little tap in for birdie. Just the way you draw it up. Hit your tee shot way left. It's Taylor Pendrith for birdie. That's going to come up short again. The theme continues. Is it just the fear of being long and having it roll down the slope again?
I think so. It's that, and they've been just battered all week with these short putts and challenges on the greens. I just think there's going to be a lot of golfers with less confidence in their putter at the end of this tournament than they were at the start.
Now Jaeger, this left for his par. Just looking at the leaderboard, do you think somebody has to go out and catch Smalley, or do you think Smalley comes back to the pack?
That's hard to predict. I mean, the way he started yesterday, you would think it was a bit too much for him, but the way he finished, it's like, wow, by the end of the start of his round, he seemed really uncomfortable. By the end of the round, he seemed the most comfortable out there. So that was good experience for him yesterday. The last group today will feel somewhat similar, a little bit closer to the business end of the tournament, but you know, I think he'll hang in there pretty well. He sort of weathered the storm yesterday.
Here's Vegas for Eagle at 16.
Every arrow on this part of the green going to the right and slow. Everyone's left that short.
I'm looking at the names, and with Rahm, with Oberg, with McIlroy, with Schauffele, those are big names lurking behind you.
Yeah, Hideki as well. Patrick Reed, he's won a major before. Yeah, he's going to have to play well. You would think one of those guys is going to have a good day at least, probably more.
Like, would you say even par is going to get the job done?
I don't think, well, 6 under could definitely win. But I'll say it's going to be 8 under.
Okay. Vegas for a 2-putt birdie.
Don't sleep on Cam Smith, guys. 3 back.
All right, all right. I realize I'm with 2 Australians here. Is that why we go to don't sleep on Cam Smith?
He's won a major.
He's won a major, and he's one of the best putters in the world. And putting, you feel like, is going to be a big part of the end of this tournament.
Justin Thomas, a 2-time PGA Championship winner.
Having one of the best rounds on the course today, 3 under. And not out of the tournament.
Another one in that right bunker. Let's see what Potgieter goes with here. Yeah, I thought it'd be the driving iron.
Driving iron right in the green. Hits the ball so hard.
And it
what an
doesn't
advantage.
Look like he's swinging that hard.
No, but he's a strong kid.
The leader, Alex Smalley, 54-hole lead at 6 under. Walks into Sunday, leading by 2. the 17th. This is Michael Brennan playing alongside Johnny Kiefer. Talk about guys who can hit the ball for miles. Aldrich Potgieter. This young man, Michael Brennan.
Might be the longest of all of them. I can't remember a week I've seen this many lip outs.
You won the U.S. Open at Winged Foot. That's historically one of the toughest courses to play. The greens. I've had a feeling like this week has played more like a U.S. Open than a PGA Championship. And in the U.S. Open, you don't see a lot of 3-footers that are gimmies.
No, certainly not at Winged Foot. This has been easy this week, though. That was 5 over.
That's
that won that tournament. Isn't that amazing?
Crazy.
When you watch this and how hard this has looked. The year after at Oakmont was 5 over as well with Cabrera. Yeah, those US Opens are no joke. But this is like I'm with you. It's a very US Open-like week.
Justin Thomas, so good out of the bunkers, but this is not an easy bunker shot.
This will take all his skill. You've got to fly it most of the way there, but not too far.
It's where we've seen almost everyone.
You just can't land it up near the hole. It's just going to go over the back.
Ryan Fox on the tee at 17.
8-iron in hand. This one out to the right. It'll be safe. Should find the putting surface.
It's safe, but as we've seen, that's no gimme 2-putt. Now Johnny Vegas.
Might try and turn one over against the breeze. Trying to. It's about 15, 20 feet right of it, though.
We were talking about this last night, Ewan. Would you be trying to draw it in to that pin, keep it, and never have the ball over the water, or would you fade the ball off the water to the hole?
For me, I'd try and draw it in, but I like to draw my iron, so I don't know. If you're a fader of the ball, you've got to stick with your shape, don't you?
Yeah, I think there's some guys who like to move it away from trouble. And
yeah.
There's some guys who like to start the wide side and sort of go towards it.
Here's Potgieter. His eagle attempt's going to come up well short. It was an 83-foot putt that was hit about, 80 feet? Excuse me, 70 feet? There's something about Potgieter. He's thinned out in the last year, put on more and more muscle. Kind of see him like a young Rory McIlroy, where Rory's body evolved. I could see that with Aldrich.
Yeah, he's looking very fit. Obviously working pretty hard.
Now Denny McCarthy at 16.
Hasn't been driving it very well today. 255 back into it. I'm not sure he can get it all the way there. Taking a good old cut at it.
It's not an easy bunker to get up and down out of.
It's looked a tough miss all week, all these bunkers. One of 174 of them around this course.
They went from 74 back to 174, which was what Donald Ross had originally had here. Now Chandler Blanchet.
Just on that note of what you were talking about, Jeff, I think if you're somebody who likes to start the ball over trouble and move it away from it, I think that's the sign of a proper ball striker. I mean, that's just my opinion, but that's someone who backs themselves.
So are you not putting yourself in that category then?
No, I'm not. Absolutely not.
Setting up, we'll have to see. what he's got from there.
Back at 13, Justin Thomas with a birdie putt. JT at 3 under. What can he do coming in? Can he push it to maybe 5?
He certainly could. He's got enough holes left. That would certainly get the attention of the leaders if someone was in the clubhouse at 5. I'm sure he's thinking about it.
Ryan Fox, long putt across this green at 17. Oh man, he's got a long putt still coming across for his par. Now Potgieter for birdie at 13. That was a length of putts where he did not miss in round 1. Literally was perfect inside of 15 feet.
He was wondering what they were all complaining about. Just shows you, though, with a slopey green, I mean, it's a perfect day, 299 yards, and we are not seeing many birdies.
Johnny Vegas has a putt for birdie at 17. We're not seeing birdies at 13. We're not seeing birdies at 16. We're not seeing birdies at 17. So what does that say coming down the stretch here today?
Get your birdies early. Never easy to putt after someone who's left it 20 feet short.
Ewan, how's the wind?
It's actually just starting to pick up a little bit now. I am at a fairly exposed part of the golf course here.
At 13, Cam Young, less than driver. He's now 1 under for the championship.
One of the pre-tournament favourites, understandably, with how well he's played this year.
I think I heard a stat about him, how he's actually leading the field in fairways hit. With as long as he is, I mean, that's a lethal combination.
It is. I mean, obviously the putting hasn't looked after him as well as it has been recently.
Siwoo Kim. He's been off to a really good start this year.
Feels like every week he's in contention this year, Siwoo.
He's got to be fun in a locker room.
He's the most fun. Siwoo is fun. You got to get the Red Bull levels balanced in the right spot.
Johnny Vegas. Is it sugar-free or no, just straight up?
No, it's sugar-free.
Okay.
Along with a coffee or two.
I mean, you can see that flag stick at 17. That flag is whipping. Chandler Blanchet out of the rough, playing his 3rd at 16.
That was a horrible lie, and that's a horrible result.
On what we're seeing, laying up on 13 and laying up on 16 looks like the play. And not a big layup, but somewhere short of the green on the short grass. We're not seeing much success from around the greens.
How hard is it as a player when you see a par 5 at 551 or a par 4 at under 300 to lay back and not go for it?
Incredibly hard, especially on a course that's obviously not giving up many birdies anywhere.
Beautiful shot right there by Denny McCarthy.
Your eyes light up. You see a short yardage. I could maybe make an eagle here. It's very difficult to stay disciplined.
What's hole 16 averaging today?
Well, let's find out for you. We'll get that information to you shortly. Smalley still waiting to tee off at 2:35. John Rahm makes his arrival here at Aronimink Golf Club. John Rahm entering this final round just 2 off the lead. He'll be in the second to last group. And this is a 2-time major winner, U.S. Open, Masters. As we go out to 16, 4th shot for Chandler Blanchet. Hits the flagstick. The average score here at the 16th today is 4.716. Siwoo Kim.
Go. It's like I'd repeat that result, isn't it, out of that front right bunker?
It's remarkable. Denny McCarthy, this would be a really good birdie. How about Denny McCarthy going to the mallet putter? Did you ever think you'd see it?
No, but I never thought I'd see 80% of the tour using a mallet putter either.
Cam Young, this for eagle. This is 81 feet. It's got some speed to it. That's a really good putt right there by Cam Young.
That gets a 2 under. You never know. Cam could post a number as well. No, the mallet putter is certainly the flavor of the month at the moment.
It's unreal. Blanchet, nice par save.
I used to love going to the bag and practice and all the putter reps, the Scotty Camerons, and look at all the putters now. It's less fun than it used to be.
Siwoo Kim, long birdie putt. At the 16th, Kazuki Higa.
259 out of the rough. I think the best he can do is chase it up somewhere just short. Pretty good lie.
It's a pretty good hack.
Oh, it didn't carry that bunker. If it did, it might have chased.
That's got to be awful in there, Ewan.
Yeah, probably just a little worse than that.
I don't think I've seen a player in that cross bunker this week. Cam Young was out playing practice rounds this week, had his dad with him. He's got his kids with him. His dad was saying, one of the grandkids got me right in my back, a kick to my back. He's like, that's what I'm there for. As you said, this to go to 2 under. And he's got a par 5 in a couple of holes. Playing with uber confidence is Cam Young. Now Tong Lee in the fairway for a second at 16.
224 there with a 4-iron back into the breeze. Strong flight. This might need to sit.
This will run all the way down. Nope.
Oh, what a break. Coming off the birdie at 16. Here's Denny McCarthy on the tee at 17.
See if he could turn one in here. Always hard to draw it against a left to right wind.
He's going to have a long putt. Look at all these people. You have the tees and the green all near each other, and the fans just gathering around, trying to find a good spot as Jordan Spieth steps to the tee at 16.
Just driven the ball well this week. Tough fairway to hit this one, though.
It's on a pretty good line. But like you said, it's tough to hit. It's tough to hold. That's why that fairway still looks perfect. Higa.
Yeah, this is brutal. 66 yards. So easy to hit this a little heavy.
Everyone's favorite shot.
Well, he's gone the other way. 25 years ago, that ball would have been in half.
If it's everyone's favorite shot, why is it not a shot practiced more often?
We don't like practicing things we can't do.
But for you guys, when you practice, they become things you can do.
That's the plan, at least. It's just such a fine line on a long bunker shot between hitting too much sand and not enough sand. There's been a lot of theories about the best way to approach it. Not sure if any one of them is the best theory.
You know, I've heard stories of guys going and hitting out of fairway bunkers if they want to work on something on their swing. That's a full swing out of the fairway bunker. Is there not something on those 50, 60-yard bunker shots?
Yeah, look, I think it's practice, like you say, is probably the best approach, and I don't think anyone practices long bunker shots enough. The best I ever worked out is maybe taking less loft, like a pitching wedge, and just playing a normal explosion shot. Feels like it's somewhat predictable what's going to happen. The trouble is the sand is different every week too. Right. You get some deep sand, you get wet sand, you get firm sand. So you might work out something that works at one course, you get to the next course and you've got to do something completely different. Certainly, maybe Matt Fitzpatrick would be one to ask at the moment after that shot he hit in New Orleans this year.
Think about the shot he hit there, the shot he hit to win the U.S. Open Championship at the Country Club.
Yeah, and maybe Bryson as well. That shot he hit at Pinehurst #2 a couple of years ago was pretty impressive 50-yard bunker shot.
Now Higa. This is fourth.
This doesn't look fun, Ewan.
No, decent lie, but trying to bump it up with a lob wedge, and he's just making a mess of this. Well, I've been here for about 35, 40 minutes. I have not seen a birdie yet. Perhaps Haotong might change that.
So Ewan is the bad luck.
Pretty much. And this is very difficult to gauge the pace here for Haotong Li. Up the ridge, out of the first cut, then lightning the other side, moving right.
At Augusta this year, Haotong Li on Sunday got to the 12th hole and went to go hit his tee shot, and all of a sudden he looked down and he had 6-iron, not 9-iron. And it was just this natural moment where he began laughing. I thought it just spoke so much about the character of Haotong Li.
He's so fun. Always seems to be laughing. Great to be around, Haotong Li.
Now Denny McCarthy. Denny's one of those guys who'll just pick out a spot on the green. That's his line. It's a pretty good spot. Kazuki Higa making a mess of the 16th. This is now his 5th. Oh boy. Those Philly fans, they know what they're talking about. Hideki Matsuyama, Cam Smith, both on the golf course, have both pushed it to 4 under. Both guys 2 under on their rounds so far. Matsuyama through 6, Cam Smith through 4. And this is a bogey attempt for Higa.
Moving left. Well, that's the second double in the last 3 or 4 groups.
Maybe go stand somewhere else, Ewan.
Ewan Porter is officially known as the cooler.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be very interesting come later today. No lead is safe. You stand here thinking you're going to potentially make 3 or 4, and very easy to make worse than par.
Everyone is almost on the golf course at this point. And I just wonder if, we've talked about it a lot, are people watching early coverage? And if they are they looking at 13? Are they looking at 16 saying, you know what, maybe change the strategy here today? For birdie here, for Haotong Li.
He's going to make this, isn't he? You've got to see one birdie.
There we go.
Well done, Ewan.
Thank you.
Back to 13 we go. Andrew Putnam has a putt for birdie. Up ahead to 16, Spieth. That drive looked good, and you talked about how he's driving the ball really well. It's almost gotten to the point where the driver's become the best club in the bag for him.
The only thing he couldn't do is it shoots it out left because I use 4 instead of 5.
Well, if that stops before the rough, it's first cut, that's okay. Surprised we haven't seen more of that this week with that club face turning over.
Dustin Johnson with less than driver here at 13. This 13th hole is just playing under par, barely, at 3.952.
Hard to believe at 299 yards, but that just shows you the severity of this green. Yeah, back to Jordan. He mentioned it earlier in the week or recently that it's just he's had trouble putting it all together in 1 week. 1 week he putts well, the next week his irons are great, the next week his driver's great. But to win out here, you've got to have it all working.
Daniel Hillier playing alongside Dustin Johnson.
Really nice young player from New Zealand. Just won his National Open a month or so ago. Doesn't look super pleased.
You want to predict where that bunker shot's going to end up?
30 feet short.
This is amazing. Rico Hoey's in the middle of the fairway.
221 there, going with the 5-iron. Starting left, this will be in the sand.
Probably not a bad miss today, Ewan.
Plenty of green to work with. It will move sharply to the right, but yeah, about as good as he can do.
Stephen Yeager seeing, can he hold the fairway? He won't even make the fairway.
That's the difficult thing, the corner. If you get it over the corner, it just hits and bounces right and gets down to the right rough.
Hao Tong Lee coming off the birdie at 16.
Looks confident.
Oh, the best shot we've seen all day here. What a shot by Hao Tong Lee. And he played a cut into that.
Wow, he's a real ball striker, according to Ewan.
Here's Pendrith.
Pendy can carry the corner. One of the longer players out here. But look at that bounce.
Look at that fairway. It's virtually in perfect condition, untouched.
Yeah, early in the week, some of the players saying these fairways are very wide for a major, and the side slopes make them play narrow.
Kazuki Higa.
Fader of the ball, tough for him to get this close, and this is moving to the right side of the green.
Even tougher when you've just made a double at a par 5. But we have a chance to see birdie birdie by Hao Tong Lee at 16 and 17. The lead remains 2 for Alex Smalley before he tees off. Back here for the final rounds of the 108th PGA Championship. Justin Kutcher alongside Jeff Ogilvy and Ewan Porter. Featured hole coverage as the final round is over on CBS. And this is Jordan Spieth playing his third at the 16th. That was pretty nice. All right, Hillier at the 13th in the bunker. About 30 feet. Let's see.
Predictable.
That just didn't even crest the hill.
Just such a hard shot. Very fine line between success and failure there.
Maverick McNeely, a birdie at his first. He goes to 4 under. Rico Hoey, this is his third at 16. Got to slow down. There is that one really animated fan out there. We should give him a mic. Oh, wait, he already has one. Hillier. It's amazing how many people we've seen come through talking to themselves, head is down, sulking, just looking like they've been beaten up.
Yeah, it's been that sort of week.
Oh, get it!
That was an early call.
We're seeing lots of different ways to play 16.
Dustin Johnson has a birdie putt. There was a time about 10 years ago where this guy was the #1 player in the world, was winning every year. It was 10 years ago that he won the U.S. Open at Oakmont. He had never set foot on property prior to that week.
No research required for DJ back then.
There was a story in a practice round. He hit a tee shot so far, I don't even know what hole. Look at Hao Tong Lee inside of 3 feet at 17, closest today by far. And DJ hit his approach. The other caddy went to go pick up the divot. He goes, "Don't worry, nobody else is hitting it here." Hao Tong Lee, back-to-back birdies at 16 and 17.
Yeah, Dustin, best driver of the ball I ever saw probably back then. Seemed to play well every day. Super talented.
Jordan Spieth for birdie at 16.
Moving sharply right.
You and I thought maybe we'd have back-to-back birdies for you.
Yeah, not to be. I like Justin Thomas's chances in the group behind, or 2 groups behind.
Now Dustin Johnson for his par at 13.
Whoa. Bit of a look at how much the ball breaks around the hole here. That snapped left.
1 over on his round today. Stephen Yeager at 16, waiting for that green to clear. Rico Hoey with a bogey up ahead. Again, I just wonder the way these holes are playing today, if your mindset has to change. Coming down the stretch, looking at 13, looking at 16. We saw Christopher Rayton yesterday go eagle at 13 and 16. And this is in the cross bunker too. So second ball we've seen in that cross bunker. Taylor Pendrith, one of the few guys able to keep it in the fairway.
And 240, only 221 to the front. He's a good ball striker, Taylor Pendrith, isn't he? Jeff, good player.
Yeah, really good player, Taylor Pendrith. He's been a part of a couple of International Presidents Cup teams.
Got to go. It's found the sand.
Padraig Harrington trying to draw this one in. It's going to be coming in hot. Oh, buzzes the tower. That was less than driver for him. It's not often you hear about players picking up speed into their 50s. That's what he's done. Justin Thomas on the tee here at 16. JT, he's got it to 4 under through 15, so he is right now tied for second. And this could be a big hole for him.
Yeah, important tee shot for JT. If he can hit the fairway and give himself a chance at eagle, he's got a really good chance at posting a number that'll stand up all day.
Come on, give me a good lie, please.
He might get his wish. If you're going to be right on this hole, you want to be way right.
If you're going to miss by a long way. Yeah, the trample down is much more likelihood of getting a good lie out there. Do you think Aldrich will try to take it over the corner?
I think Aldrich will try to go for the green. But just watch how it seems like just normal, not over swinging.
Hey, let's go, mine.
Just 190 ball speed. 324 carry, no big deal. The fairway doesn't camber as much over there, and that still goes into the rough.
Still goes into the rough, but he's a long way up there. That'll just be a mid-iron at most.
Jordan Spieth on the tee at 17.
Starting it at the flag, drifting right of it. Good looking shot. Should be good for distance.
Good call, Ewan. Pin high.
Probably the second best shot we've seen so far as we've been watching. Rico Hoey. No, that's the second best shot we've seen.
It's the best group we've seen.
Yes.
Play 17.
Steven Yeager from the cross bunker at 16. That sounded heavier.
If you're going to make a mistake on that shot, though, heavier is better than too thin.
That's what my grandmother used to say, too.
Well fed.
That's the ultimate sign of love. Look at what we've got here on this leaderboard. Justin Thomas pushing his way up as he's 4 under through 15, playing the par 5 16th. Cam Smith, he's 2 under on the day through 6. Just missed a birdie putt. Could have been 5 under. And the leaders still 10 minutes before they tee off. Taylor Pendrith playing his 3rd.
Yeah, not an overly difficult shot from here.
Got that a bit heavy, I think.
Yeah, you want to keep it below the hole, but he caught that a little heavy.
Tom Hoagie, he laid up off the tee at 13, so has a wedge in hand. And he basically puts it where guys are doing it out of the bunker. Let me ask you this question. So that shot right there is not an easy one. If you're going to lay up, do you lay up with like a 7 or 8 iron and give yourself a full wedge in?
Yeah, I don't know. That just looks like such a tough spot to get the ball close to that hole today on 13. It's just so steep up that hill. Such a small area where the pin is.
Jaeger putting from off the green. That was for birdie at 16.
One of the problems on 13 too is it's downhill as soon as you get to the hole, so they're all scared to hit it over the green.
Padraig Harrington went through the green. This is now his second. Looks like he got a bit of a bare spot in the rough. This might come back.
Confused.
By the way, he has one of the greatest backyard setups of anybody.
He's a true addict of the game. He practices still as much as anybody. No stone unturned.
Okay, so from what I've gathered, I'm guessing Vijay Singh, Padraig Harrington, Alex Noren, and Bernard Langer. Would those be your top 4 practicing the most?
Langer's about preparation,
okay,
as much as practice. He still plays 2 practice rounds a week, has all his notes in his yardage book. His diligence to preparation is unmatched.
Taylor Pendrith here at 16 for birdie.
It should go left to right according to the yardage book.
Hit it.
Jeff, I did an interview with Padraig in the Czech Masters back in 2023 pre-round, and he hit 35 to 40 drivers back then before his round. He said, if I can do it once a day, why not do it before the round? Whatever works, Padraig.
Here's Hoagie now. Again, he laid back off the tee, but the wedge was not what he was hoping for, so a long birdie putt. Great roll. Jordan Spieth at the 17th. He had a good shot in here. Oh, wow. That felt like it hit the cup and then turned right. Wow. Watch this again.
It's breaking.
Now Rico Hoey from closer for birdie. Just overread it. By the way, Aaron Rai begins his day with a birdie, so he goes to 5 under. Padraig Harrington for his birdie at 13.
And there you see it's uphill all the way, and then as soon as it gets to the hole, it goes back downhill.
At 16, we've got Aldrich Potkeeter.
This is a ridiculous tee shot. 189. That's an A-time. And it's good for distance. Not for line.
Now, before Potkeeter went, Justin Thomas, he was right.